Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Fan Cams and a very happy Easter to everybody. I hope you've all had a lovely day if you celebrate. To my Orthodox community friends, happy Easter for next weekend. And if you haven't had a good day, well, hope you'll be distracted for at least the next couple or few hours. We'll see how long we go. I feel like we have a shit ton to talk about. So I'll pop the link straight into the chat for now. But man, I don't think there's one Essendon supporter alive who cannot admit how badly we needed that third quarter and fourth for the soul. Just to not make me hate life and hate football. And man, I needed that. I needed that bad. And I'm telling you now, there was someone on Twitter asked me, what did we do wrong? What did we change? Did we change something? And I said, yeah, we did. Spirit, belief. Because I tell you what, it was the exact same situations. They were getting in the exact same positions with the ball, but all of a sudden they had belief that they could actually make the handballs, that they could actually make the kicks, and they were coming off. It was a distinctive change in belief and attitude. There were a couple of players who I feel like stuffed up or had a few moments in the first half and didn't quite. I think they kind of went into their shells a bit. I think Zach Johnson was one of them. Artie Jones took that big mark on him and in the first quarter, and I don't feel like he regained that confidence. He dropped his head, but I genuinely think the rest of them believed they could. Is it a tale of two stories? I was literally like just waiting to get on here and rip Zach Merritt to shreds. Literally waiting, and I still might, to be quite honest. But man, all of a sudden he gives a shit in the third, and look what happens. Peter Wright had an enormous third quarter. Somebody keep me posted, please, on Zach Reid, because I'm really worried because he didn't play any of the last quarter, and that worries me. And Blackiston was in defence. So if any updates happen, can you please just keep me posted? I mean, it was a complete change in attitude. Nothing changed in terms of system or structure. And I can tell you that I was sitting on the third level, in the front row on the third level. I could see it beautifully, perfectly. The system, the structure, the game plan looked exactly the same. The belief is what changed. I thought off the top of my head, you guys feel free to give me some of your best, but I thought Archie May was fantastic. I thought he presented well, really well all night. He wore some really hard contests. And the other thing in the second half was all of a sudden I feel like the competitive fire was there, so much so that the second efforts were there. So when they stuffed up, when they missed a tackle or they missed a handball, they missed a mark, there was a second effort to clean up the work. And that was just not visible in the first half. I did not see that in the first half. It was stuff up and then make it somebody else's problem, and drop your head and make it somebody else's problem. Completely a different shift in attitude. And oh no, heavy carts. Are you? Oh, hang on, no. Before I better not overreact. I'm talking about Zach Reid. Did somebody say hamstring? Oh, Son of Eddie said hammy tightness. Please don't tell me that's for Zach Reid. No. Oh, no. I don't know why it's coming up differently. The comments are coming up differently. Okay. Oh, I plan to, Sean. Oh, but now I can kind of see you all very well. Oh, okay. That's sad. Roberts was another one who I thought he was turning the ball over left, right and centre in the first, but he's a goer, At least he's not Parish ball watching but he's a goer. And I think in the end, he went at 89% disposal efficiency. So, yes, let's get some love for my big ginger. How bloody good was he? I'm telling you, why he does so well when he's in the middle? Because he is a leader by personality. He is not a follower. He likes to be in charge. And you see him at the centre bounce. He's pointing. He likes to take charge. And I think that's why he's so commanding around the ground. Was it for Zach Reid? Was it straight after he did that humongous, enormous, soul-happy tackle in the third? Was that when it all went to shit? Hello, Langy. How are you? Didn't take you long. I mean, I live very close to Marvel. That's why I love Marvel. Let's just bring all our games to Marvel. Hello, Stephen. Energy, yeah, Edwards. Oh, man, this guy. He's not the biggest. He's not the quickest, although he's fairly quick, but he won't take too many, like, big hangers. But, man, his footy IQ is off the rocker. And the reason it stands out is unfortunately because there are not many others with his level of footy IQ. He actually identifies the space and then implores the ball carrier to kick it in that space. It's very impressive. It's very impressive. Yeah, I have some corners. I have some corners I go around. Yeah, it was a very interesting. I thought, you all know how much I love Isaac Kako, but he had a very strange down game for me. In the second quarter, he had 0 possessions, 1 possession in the first quarter. Very strange game for me. Yeah, I have to agree, Greg. All right, let's talk to some people. Hello, Solution. Now, are you coming on to be negative, or are you going to actually tell me, are you feeling the joy from the third? Because I don't know if I can trust anybody who's not feeling the joy.
Well, thanks for having me, Fiona. I hope
Happy
you have a great night. See you later. Happy Easter. Goodbye.
Feel the joy. Look, connect to the joy.
Okay. Look, I set the honourable loss line at 100 points before the game. Yeah. And, I thought my fears were well-founded at quarter time. Look, I mean, the Bulldogs took their foot off the pedal a little, I think. I think there was a bit of Footscray hubris kicking in. I think so, particularly in the second quarter. Like I think they could have actually completely blown us away. But no, I'll give credit to the effort in the third quarter and in the second half. But the question I have for you is, I have hit the brick wall, by the way. Adam, I got up at 5 a.m. to watch my other football team lose, and here I am bookending the night with 2 losses. But here's a question for you.
Okay.
Can we really be happy with 2 and a bit quarters of effort in 4 games of football? So I'm including the end of the Kangaroos game and the second half. Is that an indictment on the coach and the coaching staff and also our senior players that we've been unable to at least compete better?
I think it's an indictment on the senior players purely because it was so obvious that in the third they just started giving a shit. And I think it's unacceptable that you go a whole half with such a poor attitude, and then in the third all of a sudden decide that you're going to crack in. And I'm talking about poor body language that I was specifically watching off the ball, behind outside of play, And so that's the part I would question. But right now I'm just a little bit delighted that I saw it and felt it, and maybe hope that they can bottle that a little bit and bottle that feeling and know the difference of when you actually pretend cracking in and think you are, but what actually cracking in and genuine competitive fire spirit feels like. They've got 2 body of works here, distinctive bodies of work, and they would have felt it. They would have felt the crowd energy, even though it was obviously predominantly Bulldogs crowd. They would have felt the crowd coming a little bit alive. And had we kicked some of those goals, I can't remember who actually missed the goals in the third quarter. I think we were pretty accurate, but they may have been.
It was sprinkled around a little bit, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think if we'd closed that gap, can you imagine if we closed that gap even a little bit more? It would have been. They would have felt it. But yeah, you're right. I think, if the Dogs took the break off a little bit, I still think that they're a class outfit. That even if they decelerated, they're still a very, very good outfit. So, and they had no answers to some of the movement.
Well, what I'll say is I think Brad Scott's tenure is on a bit of a knife edge right now. You can go one or two ways because we have virtually no injuries. We have virtually a full list. All our senior players, I mean, Zach Reed, that is devastating news to hear.
Apparently he's going for a scan, I've just been told.
Yeah, if this is true.
Not fair.
This is, yeah.
And actually, I'm blaming everyone who, in 3 games of football, this guy has barely played football, everyone who was calling for him to be dropped and calling him a dud. I'm blaming you.
By the way, just to Chris SD85, can't send a super chat. Just restart your phone, mate. It's happened to me before. So restart your phone and you should be able to do it. But what I would say is we clearly can do it. We have enough senior players who are fit. We have a good enough list to be much better, to be much more competitive. And therefore, we have to be more competitive in the upcoming month. And if we're not, I think if we have more thrashings than we do close games, performances, even sneak a win, I think the coach is cooked. So it's on a knife edge. I think he's got a few weeks, maybe a month, to start seeing competitive football because the team can clearly do it, and it's the coach and his assistants' responsibilities to get the most out of the players, including motivating senior players.
Yep. Okay. Oh God, I just find it so hard to believe that the level of care given has anything to do with coach or anything anybody exterior to yourself can do to you, because the level of care in that third quarter was through the roof from the senior players, and it just was not there in the first. And I'm just not convinced anybody external can drive that or fire that in you other than yourself. I don't know. I could be wrong. You could be wrong. I could be wrong. Nobody actually knows the answer to that. And that's why we're here. We get to chat about it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Void, make a great point. No, you add Martin, Ridley to come back, Caddy in this team. Imagine Caddy's there, but that actually means Edward's not there. Who misses out for Caddy?
Well, Martin's out for the year. Sure, Caddy will come back. I wouldn't even include Ridley at this point. I don't include him in plans. Anything we get from him is a bonus. And Shaw Redmond is the other one. But and I'm not necessarily saying it's right or wrong, by the way, that the coach should go. But it is their responsibility to have our players playing to the best of their ability. And with all the noise through the week and in the last few weeks, if we just turn around next week and just get thrashed again and show little fight and then go to Anzac Day and get slaughtered with, again, little fight, I think the jungle drums are going to be beating so loudly that I think the coach is going to be under massive pressure. So that's why I say his tenure is on a knife's edge.
Yep. I think that's fair. We can only look at what's happening at Carlton. I'm just not convinced, and I think fans should be prepared that I think the club are going to stick to the plan, and I don't think that they're going to give an inch. Personally, I think lock in, just accept whatever happens this year is going to be Brad Scott year, and it might be ups and downs. It might be, in fact, it's probably going to be ups and downs, isn't it?
Yeah. Look, sure. So you're confident that the outside pressures won't have the administration waiver? I kind of hope you're right, because I want us to make a considered decision, whatever we do, and not be influenced by noise. But we need to see more of what we saw.
Yeah.
On the positive side, sorry.
No, sorry, you go.
I was going to say, on the positive side, it was great to see some fights. I think Peter Wright probably has to play first ruck until Brian is back.
How good was him?
Yeah. How good was he? And Blackstone looked a lot more comfortable when he went down there. I didn't realise Reid was off the ground. but now it makes sense that Blackerson went down there to cover him. But
God, I'm devastated. That's just devastated me. Any joy that I felt. Amazing how quick joy can be, the flame can be put out, because that has just gutted me. Yeah, I need to stop over-identifying with all of these, with this club. I really do, because, man, that really takes my wind out. But anyway, in really positive news, everyone who's listening, Kale Girine is making some very, very positive steps in the VFL, and he was the first time he made it onto an emergency list and into a squad this week. So take some I guess hope from that, that, you know, Kale Girine is actually making some inroads, which is great. So you'd think if Zachary doesn't come up that he might get his debut.
Well, that's exciting. That's exciting. But I thought the big difference is to see the senior players lift like they did. And
yeah, I think almost all of them did, right? Except for a couple.
And again, it begs a question, why now?
Yeah. Yeah. But it also shows you how, as you said before, that it's in them. It's not, this is not, it's not an anomaly. Like, this is now in them. No one, like, it can't be accepted any other level now from them.
And that's why I say, like, we just better see it next week. Who are we playing again?
Melbourne.
Who look good suddenly.
Who beat the Suns today, and that's terrifying, because I was all up and about thinking maybe we could take it up to them at Gather Round, but perhaps not. But anyway, I say, I'm starting to. I was losing my patience with Parish to start the year, and I'm getting very close to losing my patience with Durham. 1 clearance, 6 effective disposals, not good enough. Absolutely not good enough. And he gave away 3 frees in the end, 3 frees against out of frustration. But he needs to dig deeper.
I think a couple of those were unlucky too. I reckon the umpires like never blame umpires for when you lose like this. But I thought they were shocking tonight. Paying lots of Tiggy Touchworth ones, and I think Darren was unlucky. Blackiston was unlucky again early, but anyway.
Okay, fair enough.
At least he has a crack though, Durham. I mean, he
does, but it's not enough anymore for me. It's not enough. You can't just put your body as a wrecking ball. You have to impact as well without Martin in there looking to you. So, all right, solution. I'm going to give you a little exercise, some homework to go and watch the third quarter. The third quarter again and feel the joy.
I've never done homework in my life, so I'm not going to start now. But I just want to say, like and subscribe, everybody. By the way, congratulations on 3,000 subscribers.
Oh, thank you.
I think we need to push for 4,000. So anyone who's on here, like and subscribe. And, good luck tonight.
Thank you, Solution. Thank you for your support and having your say. Always a great contributor. Catch ya.
No worries. Catch you later.
Bye. He's right. Please subscribe and like the video if you haven't. We are going big this year, guys. All righty. Matthew. Gee, that was a lot better, wasn't it? It was. Very happy if Perkins never played for us again. Yeah. I thought he had an okay first half, strangely, and then pretty ineffectual. I could be wrong. What did his stats look like in the end? Okay. Hello, Joe.
Hey, Fiona. Happy Easter. Hope you had a wonderful day and weekend.
It was it was looking bad there for a bit until the third quarter presented itself. So I feel a bit better. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Very good. Family, friends, stuffing ourselves with food, chocolate, meats. Yeah, it went full ethnic, full Middle Eastern. And I was really considering not watching this game just to keep the Easter happy, so that the happy Easter can stay a happy one. But I thought, no, what? I can't, in good faith, go a week without watching these boys play. I have to see how they go. And if they're no good, then they're no good. So be it. But I just have to be there to sort of, obviously not in person, but to be honest, I was expecting 100 plus, and I think a lot of people were expecting 100 plus. For us to come out of this only down 34, and for them to not score 100 points, I don't care if people say that this is of low expectations. This is probably one of the best results that we possibly could have gotten. We saw some fight. We saw some resilience. We had absolutely no right to win this game, and yet we have decided to go out and just put it all out there on the line. I thought we moved away from a tragic zone defense that absolutely kills us all the time and started to be a bit more accountable. I thought there was a lot more desperation. There was a lot more tackling pressure. You know, I know Kako had a bad game, but let's be real. As soon as we put him on the ball, he was running around, buzzing around like crazy. He got a nice clearance, and his pressure on the ball carrier led to some turnovers in the midfield, and that was an area of the ground that we were absolutely torched on very early on in the piece. So I think there's certainly a lot of positives to take out of this game. Obviously, there are still some deficiencies, mainly in the midfield. But against the Dogs, where the midfield, we know that the midfield for the Dogs is their one wood. When you've got players like Marcus Bontempelli playing in your team, you know, a turd can look like gold. You know, he's one of those people that can polish a turd. And I think ultimately the team tried. There, you know, Caldwell, I think we'll discuss a bit later on, is a lot actually down on form. Parrish still trying to find his legs. Merritt was tackling left and right. But yeah, I think the endeavor, as you like to, or you always preach attitude, and I think the attitude was absolutely right there for everyone to see.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you had told me, here are like if you said to me, here's a bingo card and pick out the things likely to happen tonight, keeping the goals goalless in a quarter would have been not something I ticked. Kicking 4 in a row would have been not something I ticked. Maybe 2 max in a row, max. And then being 34 points down at halftime would not been something I ticked. And I don't know how much did we lose by in the end? Was it in the 30s?
Yeah, 34.
Unbelievable. Like, that's ridiculous. West Coast went goalless for a half almost. It was 4 minutes until the half time, and they didn't kick a goal against Sydney. This is the Western Bulldogs. I don't care that they were missing 2 or 3. Have you seen the form that we're coming off? Yeah. I don't care that they were missing Libba and Richards. They still have an exceptionally good squad, and they have a good system, and they are so. The thing that stood out for me, even when we were starting to come back a little bit, and in the third, they're doing the over the shoulder handballs because they know there's 2 players on the spread just going to be there. We try and do that. I think Archer Day Wicks tried it a couple of times, straight to a Dogs player or space. Like, that's the difference. The synergy. It's like an opera, like a symphony. It just flows. They just know where the players. It's like a fan. The way they transition, like it's like pack transition in a shape of a fan at the front of a contest, but they just know it's going to happen. They just know that Tim English is going to hit, goal side for a tap. They know the drop zone in and out. So the synergy, I don't care. You can take 1 or 2 players out of a system. They've still got quality. So I won't hear that, that they took the pedal off, given how bad our form was and given how just not any shits that some of the senior players were giving in the first half. I think if you can't be happy with that third or see the light in that third, well, man, you're just going to have a really tough time for the rest of the year, right?
Because you can. I mean, anything in life, you can decide, I'm going to look at this from a negative perspective, and I'm going to just go down the rabbit hole and nitpick all the bad things that I saw in this game. Let's be real. None of us, I know it's wrong of me to speak on behalf of everybody here, but let's be real. Did anybody here genuinely believe that we're going to win this game? Probably, most likely not. I'd say maybe 0.1% of people who are the diehard supporters might have believed in their, heart of hearts that we can win because we can win every single game. But let's be real. We all thought that we were going to lose this game. It was a question of what we're going to take out of it. The question was, what are we going to take out of this? How are we going to lose? What steps are the boys going to take when their back is against solutions wall? What steps are they going to take to try and, because it's a long season. Premierships aren't won in round 4, nor are they lost. And I'm personally sick and tired of having a start like we're genuinely good, a la Carlton, and then bomb out at the end. I'd much rather have a poor start with us trying to work things out, learn things, build the chemistry that obviously the doggies have. And I'd much prefer if come end of the season, we're running out the season really well, winning games, stringing things together. So if this is going to be a down point to the season, fine. But I'd love to see steps forward. And I think there's a lot of players out there that are taking those steps forward. I loved Farrow's game. He was a youngster with lots of composure, beautiful ball use. I thought Archer May really wanted to stamp out any of those questions that this guy is not very good. He really threw himself at everything, played with desperation. I see the presser is on now, so that would be something very nice.
We might watch it together. We'll watch it together later, chat, when it gets online. So, yep.
Okay.
Continue.
Very cool. Thanks. There were so many positives to come out of this game. I think Peter Wright playing as the main ruck certainly provided us a great type of conduit to get the ball down, because he's that big body. And I think Blackiston moving behind the ball is not out of the realms of, I suppose, possibility moving forward, because he obviously had that integration last year. So I don't want us, even if Reed comes out and there's no structural damage, I'm not putting Reed back out there. I'm not. All right. I'd just let him recover, let him be cherry ripe, crystal clear. Let's just play Blackiston behind the ball. We cannot afford to have Zach Reed go down with injury, because we saw, unfortunately, Ben Mackay is not the answer against these Darcy types. He was unfortunately exploited in quite a few of those contests, and it didn't help that the service that Darcy was getting was silver service that time, was top notch. So I think we need to. I think we should continue to tinker with what our best mix is. Maybe it is. Well,
that's why. Well, that's why I'd be interested to take a look at Jerine. I think I watched this guy all preseason, and I didn't report on him too much because I kind of just thought it was nothing. I wasn't seeing any great strides. His ball use has always been very good, but I thought he was losing concentration quite a bit more than what I thought he should. I thought sometimes he would take the game on when it wasn't there to be taken on. But his body work and his aggressive positioning that I've seen the last couple of weeks in the VFL, and he's got some tricks. He gets up the ground and he's got some tricks, and he's got a big body and a big frame. So I wouldn't mind seeing, this is the year we're going to see, or we cut him. Let's have a look at him. All Blackiston, of course. And
his ball use is pretty good too. Like
ball use is the key.
Is really good. And I think ultimately we saw that time and time again. That the players had the right idea. The players, they were spreading and they ran into this area where clearly the opposition was not there, that they could take a mark. But the ball would just land in between two of them, for example, and just trickle out of bounds, and a golden opportunity goes begging time and time again. And you can see a lot of times that there is a player that they're supposed to pass to, but when the skill breaks down and you just are unable to execute a simple kick or mark a simple uncontested one by yourself standing there, there's obviously no game plan that can fix that. So I think ultimately the more good users you have out there on the field, the more likely it is that you're going to be able to connect to then create some easy goals.
Even the bad users, they were using it well when they got confidence and belief. So I officially no longer believe in bad users and good users. Okay, I do. That's dramatic. But I saw in the third, even the bad users using it well. So it is about confidence, it's about belief, it's about attitude, because being high up, I don't usually sit all the way up, but it was an away game, and you actually get a look at which players have space or making leads or are available, and you can see the ball carrier in the first half, Farrow, not having the confidence to make a kick he would usually have the confidence to make. In the third quarter, the same kick is available to him, but all of a sudden he believes he can take it and he makes it. Same situation, different attitude. And that's all I see. So anyway, Joe, good signs, right? So we take some positivity definitely into Melbourne.
Well, the good thing is Melbourne have never beaten us at Gather Round. It tends to be a happy hunting ground for us. And ultimately, this second half that we've won against the Doggies will be meaningless if we rock up to the Melbourne game exhibiting the same performance that we showed early on.
That's
just
fair.
really hoping that this group and the coaching staff can instill in the players that belief that saw them outscore the Dogs in the second half, kept them goalless in the third, and kept them to under 100 points. If the players can believe so much, if you've lost in here, you've already lost before the game's even begun. Go out there, believe, try your best, and the sky's the limit for the future. We obviously know we're not going to win this year in terms of the flag, but you just have to believe in what they're building. They have to believe that Brad is the man, whether rightly or wrongfully. As long as they can believe that this is supposed to be what it's supposed to be, then they can, I suppose, keep their hands and feet inside the roller coaster at all times and just buy in fully. So happy Easter once again. I'll be in the chat as usual, and I'll see you all in the next one. Up the Dons.
Let's go. See you later.
See you, mate.
G-Pat, how do I invest in one of Joe's golden turds? Thanks for bringing the vibe straight down. Angus, thank you for the 3. Matthew, give us your votes, please. 5-1. All right, sure. I'm no longer the host. Welcome to your new host, Angus. I believe he's referring to you, Matthew.
Yeah, he would be for sure.
Okay. Well, go ahead. Give us your votes.
Well, I don't want to fully disappoint Angus, but I haven't actually fully nutted him out yet.
Okay.
I'll come on here. I'll do it afterwards.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, who was on just fresh off the tip of your tongue? Who did you like?
Well, so I kind of worked out a short list and whatnot. So the 5 is obviously Roberts. I think that was quite clear. I reckon Zach Reed was sort of up there, but I don't think he played in the last quarter. Is that correct?
He did not play. No, it still hurts.
Yeah, so I don't know if that sort of might affect it. But sorry, go on.
I was just saying, apparently he's done a hammy. Devastating.
Oh, really? Okay, that's not pleasant to hear. But yeah, I thought all the key all the key forwards were pretty good. Edwards was amazing, and he only played one game in a year. He comes back into the seniors against the Bulldogs, and he does that. I thought Wright was great. He was taking marks. I think he only took 5 marks at the end, but it felt like he was a bit more impactful than that. He was taking marks forward, he was taking marks back. I don't think the stats really justified how well he played. Like I think he ended up with 1 goal, 2 and 5 marks, but I feel like he was quiet. Especially in the second half, he was taking marks at both ends.
Yeah, somebody on Twitter gave me his stat line from the first half, and I kind of replied and said, you don't get a stat for not getting outmarked, for bringing everything to ground, for being a sandwich in the contest, for putting your body on the line. You're not getting stats for those kinds of things, but they're the things he was doing in the first half.
Yeah, honestly, since he came back in on the side, well, actually, he's been on the side all year, hasn't he? But I feel like in the last couple of weeks, he's actually been he's shown that competitive Peter Wright again. We haven't seen it for a couple of years now, but he's been quite competitive. So, look, I don't know if he's obviously not the future, but if he keeps playing like this, he can keep his spot on the side for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Angry Peter Wright.
Yeah,
I like a piss off. He's in an angry. I don't know, mindset or angry energy coming from him, and I like it.
I agree. I mean, I was there I'm from New South Wales. I was there at that Sydney game where he cleaned up Harry Cunningham, and I thought it was great. And they all booed him for the rest of the game. I was like, I have a sook, but like, yeah, we haven't really seen any sort of fighting him since then, really. And that was 2 years ago now. I think it's 2024. Yeah, so it's good to see. Very good to see.
Who else you got?
Yeah. Other thoughts, I guess. So I don't have a lot to say this week compared to last week.
No, don't apologise. No, don't apologise.
Yeah, it's a bit it's a bit confusing because, you play one way in the first half and you play completely differently in the second half to what we've seen all year. And it's like, well, why weren't we doing that the whole time? And it's kind of thrown a spatter in the works a little bit of, okay, well, maybe we can play, maybe some of these players can play. Maybe Brady's a bit more adaptable in game than we thought he was. And
so let me ask you, Matthew, because you've been big.
I watched the VFL again today as well.
I think there's a bit of a delay, so I don't mean to be cutting you off. I think that we're getting a bit of a delay from your stream, but I know that you're big on, the coach kind of not being the right one, but what do you think was the biggest difference in that third quarter? Did you see, to my eye, and I'm certainly no marvelous analyst or statistician, or I just watch the footy and I see what I see, but to your eye, what did you see a big shift in the third quarter to the first half?
Yeah, sorry, we definitely have a delay. Sorry if I'm cutting you off as well, and sorry to the viewers. But I sort of in the second half I was getting a bit frustrated. Like we were sort of going back sideways a lot. Like we were talking in our chat, but like usually we sort of go down the line, long to the wing, turn it over. We'd stop doing that. We're starting going back sideways, not really knowing what was next. What we're sort of going a bit around the world without sort of any end game in mind. But I don't know what changed in the second half, but all of a sudden it was as if Brad just told him, let's just go for it. Let's just try and play footy the way you play footy in 2026. Let's go up the middle. Let's take it on. Let's harass. It was just so different. And yeah, you're right. Like I'm obviously not huge on Brad, but I mean, if we play like that every week, like sorry, that every week, I'm happy to have him.
Yeah. I mean, look, time will tell, but I think attitude. I think this proves that attitude gets you so far of the way. I don't know the number, 60%, 70%. I don't know. But attitude and competitive spirit gets you so far, and an elite system and elite synergy, years and years of synergy built together, players, some incredible young talent. All of those ingredients are great, but I'm just not convinced, and I never will be, that the mindset and the spirit and the energy doesn't get you most of the way. So, it was amazing to see, but I think, would you agree that if we don't see it now next week, it's going to be all for nothing?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, right, we still lost by 44 points. It wasn't, amazing. It's not an amazing 34? Result. We take it with a grain of salt until we can produce it. 34 it might have been. Sorry, yeah. We've got to play like that from the start next week against Melbourne. They've obviously been pretty good. They beat the Suns today. They've been very impressive, but it's not a team that we should fear. It's not a team that we should fear, right?
Right point.
I was actually saying earlier today about how like Stephen King's come in and they got rid of 3 of their best players, Petrarca, Oliver, May, brought in a bunch of kids, and he's just got them going. And that was kind of my complaint before the game about Brad, but how come he's managed to do it in 1 preseason and Brad hasn't in 4? But clearly the second half has thrown a spanner in the works there.
Yeah.
But
I think Stephen King.
Like we need to get into it.
Sorry, Matthew. I'm so sorry to be cutting you off, but I think the difference with Stephen King is he doesn't have 15 players playing well below their line, their even break-even line. We have 15 players. Durham, who could have seen starting this season that Durham was going to have only 6 effective disposals and give away 3 free kicks and only have 1 clearance in a game? Who would have seen that, Zach Merritt is only going to turn up to play and decide to play in certain quarters? Who could see that Parrish was not going to be a clearance king? They are all so down below their best, and I don't think Stephen King has a whole heap of players who are playing below their ceilings, I guess, or their heights. Part of the coach's job is to extract the best and to get the best out of the players. But the mindset and attitude is also the players' department as well. So, yeah, you're right, though. I love what you said about it's not a team that we should fear in terms of we have been there before and we've beat them. And potentially, I mean, now I'm less convinced that they're going to finish low on the ladder that they beat the Suns today. But I think going in with a good attitude is going to be part of the plan.
Yeah, one thing I'd put to you as a question to you, I guess I watched the VFL today. I obviously live interstate, so I don't watch it all the time, but I did watch it today. Obviously, you will probably watch it more than I do, but obviously the second half performance was okay, but we did get beaten up in the midfield in that first half like we had in the first 3 weeks. Like, it was pretty bad. You were talking about bad users before. Obviously, that's the talk about Sardis. I think we probably judge him a little bit harsher than everyone else because we're looking for it. And he does get a lot of like that sort of inside ball that he's sort of hack kicking out of the contests and whatnot. So we definitely judge him harder. Like, I don't think he's going to be the saviour by any stretch, but would you agree that he should come in for someone like a Parish or someone to not just to reward him, but to give them a kick up the backside as well? Because ultimately we still did get bashed in the midfield a bit today.
Yeah, I do agree with that is the short answer. The long answer is I want him in, but less about what he's doing and more about what Parish is not doing. So I'm not in a rush to get him in because I'm seeing spectacular game from him. I'm in a rush to get him in because I'm so disheartened by what I'm getting from Darcy Parish right now. So he does not help us with a lot of what we are bad at right now. But he is very good at extracting the ball and collecting the ball and getting the ball. I will say today, though, if you just looked at his stat sheet, and I was there watching the game and I made it my mission. I had a few little missions for the VFL of who I wanted to watch. But I watched him. I knew he was getting clearances. I knew he was up to 33 disposals. So I watched him defensively closely. And he was playing on number 6 for the Bulldogs at stoppage. Anyway, most of the day, I can't remember number 6's name. But at stoppage, number 6 would see whether whoever won obviously the contest, and was already 2 steps ahead, whichever way the ball was going, defensively, offensively. And Lige multiple times was just caught ball watching and flat-footed. He's quick off the mark. His first 2 to 3 steps are very quick, but it's not a footy IQ. It's just the ability to instinctively snap into a defensive mindset. And by the time he could even he already had 5 meters. He already put 5 meters, number 6, on Sardis. And by the time Sardis could even try and attempt a chase, number 6 had kicked the ball into a leading forward into the Dogs forward line. And that happened multiple times a game. And so it doesn't help us in that department. So if everybody is looking for a boost in the midfield in terms of defensively and two-way running and making our backs' lives a little less difficult, that's not going to happen. But is it going to give us more of a chance of getting it out the centre and getting it into our forward 50, which looked pretty functional to me tonight? Yes. So that was a long way of saying, bring him in.
Yeah, I think I pretty much agree with all of that. I think the number 6 is Cooper Hines, I think.
Okay. Sorry,
yeah,
Cooper.
I agree with
I'm
all
so
of what
sorry.
you said. But yeah, I agree. Like, ultimately, when he's probably not going to be that sort of Josh Dunkley type defensive mid, but I suppose at least he wins the ball. And if we're getting battered in clearances every single time, it's probably better to at least have the ball and give us a chance at it than to just never have the ball and they get forward every time. And yeah, I'm with you. It's more about the way that the midfield's performing at the moment than how Sardis is performing. But I do think like it's getting pretty silly if he's not playing next week. It was pretty silly this week that he didn't play. It's getting very silly if he doesn't play next week. And just, I guess, before I go off, a couple more VFL notes. I like Unwin. Yep. I really like Unwin. I think, I was going to say he should have been in for Gresham, but now Gresham played well today, so I guess it's just better in the works. I like
Gresham
Unwin.
just always does enough to keep you on the edge.
Yeah. Every time, you think he's done, he just puts out a game that it's like, oh, okay, he's actually not too bad, is he? But ultimately, yeah, I quite liked Unwin. I quite like McMahon as well. Again, all the keys played well today, so it's quite hard to say anyone should be left out for him. But I do quite rate McMahon. I was surprised he didn't start the season in the side because he kicks goals when he gets a chance, even though he did miss a couple today. But yeah, he's pretty strong. He kicks his goals. So yeah, that's my VFL wrap, I guess.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, I thought Jaden UM was the standout and best on ground by far for mine. He worked just exceptionally hard, and I loved how they're just pushing him higher up the ground. He was spreading. Speaking of something Sardis doesn't do, and like Jaden UN in a new position, just showing him up for the spread and the contest and the work rate and the second efforts, everything you want. Pretty much in that position, in that high half forward position. So, yeah, I think we finally kind of have some options to think about, and also, likely that Sharp, Fiorini, Ridley, all are going to be ready to come in as well. So, all right, Matthew, thank you so much for your contributions. See you next week.
Thank you. Enjoy your Monday off, your long weekend.
Thank you. See ya. Okay, we got through it. I'm so sorry. I hope it's not my end. Moby, thank you so much, Moby. Appreciate the super sticker. All right, let's have a chat to Travis.
My dog's absolutely.
Oh, kisses. How cute.
Okay.
How are you, Travis?
Actually not.
Whoop.
Actually not disappointed. I came on here last week saying depression would come through, but there was a lot of positives in the game, and there was a few negatives.
Yep.
But
Wouldn't be Essendon if there wasn't some negatives, right?
Yeah. Tell me about it. But what I'd like to say is Roberts. He is going to be an absolute star for us. Just seeing him tonight, yes, he had a few turnovers, but his kicking, he reminds me of like a Scott Pendlebury. He just has a lot of time with the ball. Like he just gets the ball and just knows where to put it. He just knows where to put it in the right directions, right momentum. I felt Merritt got his hunger back tonight. Merritt definitely got his hunger back tonight. I haven't seen Merritt like that for a couple games.
Haven't seen him since, I haven't seen that energy from him, that attitude, that fire coming out of his ears in some of those tackles in the third.
He looked really, really hungry for the ball. He looked like he actually wanted to play for Essendon, like how he was last year.
Wow, facts.
I understand that Durham, he gave away a lot of free kicks in the second half, but I felt his hunger for that ball was there tonight, like a lot from last year where he would just dive at the ball and go for it. Mm-hmm. I felt that like tonight's game really bring that hunger back. Yep. Farrow, he's going to be an absolute star. He got compared to Jordan Dawson, and I can see it. Like he's just an his left foot. He can even kick right foot. I saw that tonight. I was like, he can just do everything. Yep. Edwards, keep him in. Keep him in. Keep him in for the rest of the year. Like we might have a bit of scare with his knee, just hoping like he doesn't get injured again. But what I saw tonight, he was the caddy that we were missing tonight. I saw.
How are we going to get caddy? How are we going to get caddy in the team to keep? Because I'm a big Archie May fan. I've been on him since preseason. Yeah, and I really like Edwards too. But oh my gosh, cute dog. Don't get sidetracked by the dog, Fiona. So how do we keep them all in and caddy? Because caddy walks straight back into this team, obviously. Who makes way?
Like I like don't get me wrong, Langford on the wing, the first 2 quarters didn't really show up, but then when he delivered that straight bullet to Edwards, I feel like that was his real turning point in the game. Yep. He really showed a little bit of heart. So I reckon maybe
a lot of people
drop Langford or even Perkins. I do not know how he still gets a game. Even Guelphy as well. I love Guelphy. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I love Guelphy, but when do we just call it quits on them two alone? When do we call Perkins and just be like, just don't come back to the hangar? When
you mean literally when do we call him and say don't come back?
He was when you really think about it, if you look at that draft, we could have got Max Holmes out of that draft. Imagine Max Holmes in Essendon. Oh my god. I'm dreaming about that tonight. Like,
don't dream. That hindsight, that's just going to hurt you more. That's going to make an ulcer. That's going to make an ulcer in your stomach. Don't dream about that.
It already has. I was watching like Instagram reels and seeing who we could have drafted, and I'm just like, it just hurts my brain.
Yeah.
What else?
Can't.
I heard that Reed done his hammy. So if he goes out, do we bring in Ridley? Do we just chuck him in there? Because I came into this week thinking, you know what, Gold Coast are going to absolutely smash Melbourne. Next week we're going to go to Adelaide. We're going to do the unthinkable. We're going to beat them. We've had a good record against Melbourne in Adelaide, but after what they did today, I am not confident. The Pickets, they are just amazing to watch. Like even Kako. Where was Kako tonight? He went into the middle and didn't really do much. He was up forward, didn't really do much. Like I love Kako, don't get me wrong. He's still young, still got a lot of time to improve, but it's a bad sign when Gresham is looking good. I love Gresham, but it's a bad sign if Gresham's kicking 3 goals tonight. Like it is.
It's a bad sign. It's a bad sign when Gresham is looking better than Kako, but Kako has many tickets in the bank, so he gets a pass mark for me. I don't think he was quite at his level tonight. Don't know why, but he gets a pass for this week. We'll see how he goes next week.
And I wanted to ask you, I heard a lot about Sullivan Roby didn't really perform today. He was a bit up and down. So do you think we just chuck him in and just see how he goes and just see how he goes just next week and just get a different type of buzz in the group? Or
yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And in a way, in a very warped way, I'm glad he had a game like today, just because last week, I know that Scooter from Lunchtime Catch Up Podcast and myself, we're saying this. I know where everyone's getting seduced by how good he looked last week, but this is going to happen. This is going to be his journey to an AFL game. He did not do a lick of preseason running, conditioning. Because of his back, he could only bike ride and very small amount of skill work, lateral work. He needs a good block. Would not surprise me if he had a 7 or 8 block in the VFL to get conditioned, to get comfortable with the pace, to get comfortable in his body, to learn the game plan system. There is no immediate rush or hurry for this guy. End of the season, perfectly fine. And I'm glad he had a game like today so people could see that he needs time. He needs time. Yeah,
and I think that's probably like maybe like for me especially, like I'm so on Roby. I watched him do when he was versing the Jets, when he was versing just all the comps, and I just love watching him play. And I really thought that Richmond were going to pick him up. And then when it came down to Essendon, I was pretty happy about that. But yeah, like, all right, one more question and I'll be off. Does what is Sardis? Is that his name?
Yep, Sardis.
Does he play next week? Perkins out, put him in.
I mean, I would do Parish out, Sardis in, but do I think that happens? No.
Okay. Okay. And
sorry, I just guys, there's a lot of you in here, and a lot of you are going to watch this, and I just want you to prepare your nervous systems that potentially might not happen. Yeah.
Okay, and this is going to be hard for me to say, but what if a Sardis leaves at the end of the year, goes to say the team like a Richmond, goes to North or something, somewhere around our level, I'd say. Like we could be a lot more higher up, but like right now we're about there. What if he goes there and just turns into a absolute freak? Like, I don't want another D'Ambrosio to happen. I don't want another Voss to happen. You know, like we're having all these. Oh yeah.
No, sorry. Continue. Sorry.
Oh, like we have all these high picks in the drafts, and I understand that like they might need time in the VFL, but like, what are we really losing at like this year? Like even same as last year, we're not losing much. Yes, we're gonna probably cop a lot of stuff from the media. I hear it every day on the radio or on TV. So like, what's stopping us for just giving these young kids a go? Like,
look, I will say I don't think he comes in next week. However, I will say that I think he does come in at some stage. I really do. I am quite confident that he will get a block of games this year. Don't know that it's next week, but I think he will. And one thing I have learned about having now started going to like state league games and VFL games is that there are scouts at these games constantly and consistently. They are watching the form of these players. So it's not necessarily a case of needing to play him in the ones in order for his value to rise and drop. Yes, it comes into bartering down to, you know, maybe pick a late pick or a third round pick or a fourth round pick, but they know his value and they will know his value. I will say though, if he does leave and goes to a Brisbane or a Kangaroos who have a midfield full of defensively minded midfielders, they will pick up the slack that Sardis doesn't do defensively, whereas we don't and we can't. So like Parrish is sticking out for his lack of defensive two-way transition and spread, Sardis will stick out also. At Kangaroos, he's not going to do that too much because their defensive mids are probably going to pick up that slack. So it's a high chance that he will go. But I do think he'll get games. I just think it's a matter of when.
Yeah, I hope so, because like watching him through the VFL last 2 weeks, his kicking's improved a lot. Like over the last couple years, his kicking's improved a lot. So like I just hope we just don't lose him and have the like D'Ambrosio and Voss situation, you know?
We might. I mean, but we've also let go of a heap of players who are now not on AFL lists, not on VFL lists, not even on local lists. So you win some, you lose some. We're not the first team to have two players going exceptionally well at other clubs. I can name, you know, teams and clubs let go of players all the time. It's getting highlighted because we're going so bad. If we're doing better, Voss and D'Ambrosio are not getting thrown in our faces. So it's all in our hands to stop that rhetoric. Do better on the field, and then the media shut up. People shut up. So anyway, Travis, thanks so much for joining.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Happy
Bye,
Easter.
Fiona. Bye.
Adja. Bye.
People shut up. Sorry.
Anyway, Travis, thanks so much for joining.
Sorry, give me a second.
I can hear myself. That's horrifying.
No.
Hello, Sarah. Sverin, how are you?
Severin. There we go.
Severin.
Sorry. There we go. Sorry, I was distracted by something else for a moment there.
Okay, let's start again. Hello,
Yes.
Severin. How are you?
Sorry. I'm trying to juggle a laptop and the phone at the same time.
How are you? Nice little t-shirt there.
Thank you very much. I needed a warm long sleeve to wear around the place in England when it's winter.
Yep, fair enough. How
Got to rep
and watch the game?
down the streets. So what was that?
I'm obviously assuming you got up and watched the game. Yep.
Yeah, I watched it live because it was actually on at a decent time today.
Good.
First half, I was preparing the spiel, preparing everything, thinking, okay, here we go. I'm going to have some great talking points to discuss with the performance in general. Second half surprised me, though. Second half, as a tale of two halves almost.
True.
Where has that been? Where?
I should play the Rihanna. If it wouldn't get me copyrighted, I'd play the Rihanna song right now. Because I don't know.
Can the coaches just show them that third quarter and go, see this all the time, please?
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
But the kids looked all right. The senior players, leadership came out of bloody nowhere.
Yep.
Peter Wright says Zach Merritt showing stuff that was lacking in the first half and the rest of the season. Calder's playing well, defense getting hold of the ball, more attacking football. What? How?
It's a good question. What do you think? What's your theory? If I had to ask you to give me a theory right now.
I mean, a couple of injuries helped, obviously. Losing Tim English, big thing, of course. I mean, that sort of made things easy in the ruck. Artie Jones was tearing us apart, and then he goes off injured, so I think that helps the defence. But I just think it all started to click. The leaders decided to get in there. The young players just got a bit of a bit of G up as well, a bit of confidence. Mm-hmm. It all sort of helps, and again, probably maybe a good old-fashioned spray in the halftime change rooms probably helped.
Yeah, we haven't spoken about that. There's a good chance that they got a talking to. I mean, in a way, I hope that was it. I hope they did get a talking to, and now they know the recipe, for next week and beyond. Yeah.
And some of these younger players looking good. Archie Wicks, he's still got some improvement to go, but I like what he does. Archer May, again, hard being an Essendon forward, but some of the stuff he was doing around the ground and in the forward line, crushing packs and taking marks, it's what you want to do. Tom Edwards, I said on debut last year, I think with Tom Edwards, my theory is that he had a sudden chance at football and he's grabbed that bull by the horns and gone, I can't lose this. This is my chance. And you can see how much it means to him. And I think others, it's either infectious energy or they started feeding off that, or maybe they just went, hey, football can be good. Yeah. Football can be fun. And
did you notice after his, I don't know, chat, if you noticed too, but when Edwards kicked his first goal, and it wasn't his first goal in AFL football, but it was his first goal back from an ACL, but I didn't expect that reaction from the group. I thought that kind of ignited it, but the entire group got down to him. Ben Mackay, Zach Reed, all of the backmen. I thought that was a really good sign because, it's not like it was his first goal in AFL football. I don't know. I thought that was a really good sign of their mindset.
When I saw that, I was happy because I think we've lacked that a bit where we, there's not enough getting around the boys, getting around each other, rewarding and paying each other in the head, and especially and lift like that when you've had someone, injured with the blue, they reward him with another contract, as if to say, look, we're going to look after you. There's something about him. There's something about Tom Edwards that looks good as a forward and around the ground. One of his, was it second half, one of his smothers? Or was it the second quarter or first quarter? There was that first quarter. There was a smother he gave and he went, the attack on the ball.
Yeah, it was a smother. I also, I think it's worthy, just on the topic of smothers, but man, Nick Cox had a good game in the VFL. And the first incredibly good thing he did, or maybe the second, was this enormous smother where his literal face was right near the ball and the Bulldogs player's foot. And I thought to myself, that's the first time I've seen a Nick Cox who is not in his head worried about his head. In his head, worried about his head in terms of out in his body, playing from instinct. He was so good today, and I just the word smother reminded me of that. So shout out Nick Cox.
That's a good sign. That's a good sign, and that hopefully gives us hope that he's on the mend and on the way back as well.
Yeah, because
I think he could be something. I think he could be something still.
Yeah, for his issue being the concussions. That football act means miles, means so much. It almost means more than kicking. I think he kicked 2-3 goals, more than that, and he made beautiful leads. So that smother was, that should give us some hope. Yeah.
Cox, I think he could be a potential good high half forward type. The one with his tank and speed could actually run forwards regular like Joe Danaher used to do for us, but. I think remains to be seen so far, but that could be a good role in the future. Kids, Archie Roberts, was that they said one stage kicking was going 100%?
Roberts?
Yeah.
Interesting.
They said at one stage that 27 disposals and his kicking was at 100% efficiency.
That actually surprises me a little bit, actually.
That was a surprise to hear that, and went, that's someone who's heard all the talk about, oh, he can't dispose of the ball. Went, I'm going to make it my mission to make every single kick mean something.
That's a good point. Oh,
Jacob
somebody stat check that for me, because at the ground it did not feel quite as good as that. But that's pleasing.
700 meters gain, odd meters gained as well. They said
good
Archie Roberts. So
very
he
good.
was.
Yeah, he had a great game.
Jacob Farrow, just the composure, that kick into the foreline where I think Wright marked who marked it? Just beautiful. Right. Again, more of that, please.
Yeah, I know. We just need to bottle it. I hope they're bottling that, and just they realise what can happen when you get the confidence. You can start to hit the kicks.
And Blackiston in the defence, my mate the other day were discussing, and he was saying, oh, well, it's weird to see Blackiston in the ruck because, he did well as a backman last year. And I said, well, it's sort of recruited as a ruckman, and we had to play in the back line because we have injuries. But today, again, looking at it, went, maybe there's actually something behind that. Maybe he could become a born-again defender.
He did look pretty comfortable down there, but I don't know. I find it hard to believe that he's going to be a defender. Like, he's a ruckman. Oh, or maybe we've uncovered something. We had to put him in the back line out of duress and out of necessity, but maybe, yeah, it'll be interesting what happens if Zach Reid does not come up, and let's be honest, 98% chance that we're not playing him next week.
I'd rather us not risk him. Don't risk him.
I know, but man, that hurts me. That hurts my heart so much. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. So it's just going to be interesting if they play Blackiston down there, or they bring in Jerine, who was so close and on the emergency list and in the extended squad and had a good game in the VFL. It's going to be very interesting, and I think it's relevant. Also, Melbourne's forwards. So they've got medium forwards: Myercheck, Fritsch, Van Ruin. So they don't have big monsters. So it'll be interesting who they do bring in for him, but that's next week's conversation.
Yeah, good call. I will say a couple of negatives though, especially the first half. Ball movement is still a problem.
Yeah,
it's still. I obviously haven't been at the game, not obviously for a long time. Still living here in the UK, but even on TV on the feed, I was going, it's still so stagnant. There's no. We get the ball in the back half, and everyone's just standing there, hands up, yeah, kick it to me. There's no movement. There's no trying to shift things around or running around trying to lose your opponent. It's just, yeah, hand up, kick it to a pack, we lose it, and they're off to the races. We need a coach or someone who can just says them, move around. Gives some movement or just some movement would help. And also just quicker ball movement too. The amount of times we get it and it's, just not fast enough and they just take too long. It's a few seconds too long just to kick it out, and you're just going, just move the football.
Yeah.
Get some movement going. You're giving them time to set up, especially when Tim English was going down to the back line, to our four line. And if we'd moved that a little bit faster, we would have.
But then I kind of feel like that was feeding into the turnovers. We'd start to move it faster, but they had no confidence in their skill ability and their execution, and they would just turn it over quicker. So instead of turning it over slow and stodgy, they just turned it over faster because they did not believe that they could make that kick. I was watching Farrow second guess himself and question himself, and then invite Dogs pressure, and turn it over. In the second half, I did not see that. So, all right, Saren,
And one more point I will make as well. First, we still need better communication with on-field leaders. The moment that stood out for me was second quarter when Gresham got run down from behind. Merritt standing right in front of him. Is he saying to him, mate, you're hot, you're hot, you're hot? When I was a junior player, they put it into us. Communicate, talk to each other. If tell your mate he's hot, tell him he's cold. Tell him he's free. And
Spot on.
look, Merritt did wake up in the second half, but I did sit and go, come on, mate. You need some leadership there. We need more of this on the field, more talk.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Some improvement still.
Yeah, definitely. Most definitely. Thank you, Severin, for joining us again. See you next time.
See you next time. Thank you very much. Cheers. Happy Easter.
Bye. Happy Easter. He's right. As soon as Merritt did that, you should have seen the fire coming out of my ears, because I was watching Merritt watch Gresham and watch the Bulldogs player come off the interchange. I'm pretty sure he might have just sneaked up, but I was watching him call for the ball and say, here, instead of hot, hot, hot. And Gresham gets run down. He was 7 meters away from him. 7 meters. And I was ready to come on and that was my last, Heather. That was the last patience I had with him. And then he goes and has the third quarter that he has. And I look like an idiot if I do. So, but my point is that it's unacceptable that was happening in the first half for a player of his caliber and experience. It's inexcusable that there is such a gap between that and his attitude in the third, and his in attitude and intent and energy. I can't be having it. Thank you, Chris, for the super sticker. It finally worked. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Adam, good night. Sorry, the electricity bill. Yeah, I've got some lights happening here. They get a good run on the fan cams, but thank you. It all helps. Right, who are we chatting to? Muzz.
Hello.
Sorry, that just made me laugh. Your face.
Okay. How are we all?
I'm pretty good. How are you? Considering.
All right. I'm good. I was tempted not to watch this game, honestly. I can't lie. I was really tempted not to watch this game. But you know what? It worked out for the better. I did watch a little bits of Brad's press conference while you were yapping to some others on here.
Okay.
I did write in the chat in the StreamYard here the changes I think will happen. I reckon Caddy will come in to the side next week. Ridley will come in too. I reckon Reed will get rid of Reed because of his hamstring injury that he's picked up this week. I don't want to risk him. He's had too many soft tissue injuries in the past. He's at the side. Ridley comes back into the side.
Yep.
He will play as another tall defender if we need one. So he will play that intercepting defender. Since we're versing Melbourne, as you said, they don't have very tall timber. They're about mediocre height. They're not over 200 centimetres. So we're okay, right? So Ridley comes back in. Reed goes out. Caddy comes in. Langford goes back to the VFL. I'm pushing Langford out this side right now. As much as I do love Langford and he's a great experience, I reckon bringing Caddy back into this side for Langford and keeping Edwards there. What Edwards did tonight was superb. There is no reason why we should drop either May or Edwards after what they showed tonight.
Agree.
I'm
all in on May. I'm all in on Archer May, everyone. I implore you to get on board.
And for the first time, I'm going to say this, Peter Wright. Wow,
Go, Ginger. Yes, Ginger. I'm so happy for him. 2 weeks in a row. Good boy.
Accuracy could be a little bit better. 1 goal, 2. He could have kicked 3 goals.
He could have.
But you know what? I'm not holding that against him. He was crashing backs. He was doing his job as a tool, getting it to ground. Gresham, you're right.
You want to say something good? Go on. He deserves it. Like you got to give
good
credit
job,
where it's
Gresham.
due.
You did something right. You kicked 3 goals. I'll give him that.
Give credit.
Nah, he did really well. I think it was the one passage in the game where I thought he was going to get hold of the ball. I was like, oh, Gresham, you've stuffed up here. This is what we're going to take back to the fan cams. I'm like, you've stuffed up here. He got rid of three Bulldogs defenders when he kicked his first goal. He went head in first, got them all off him, and ran in to kick the goal.
Actually put his body on the line, would you believe?
Yeah, right. Durham, interesting. He's taking too many risks. He's not being the same Durham as I thought he would. He's giving away too many free kicks. and he's just not that same person. I feel like he's getting a bit too invested for himself. He's not working with the team around him. He wants to get the ball. Respect that, but getting the ball and making it on our terms. Don't just go in there and give away a free kick and then turn the ball over, especially against these teams like the Dogs in the forward half. It will cost us.
Needs to clean it up.
Another great highlight, Sardis Hooley. Can we just mention him real quick?
We haven't spoken about him.
The composure of that man is great. He was telling the boys to settle down. Let's take this slow. Every time, settle down. Just relax. Let's look for an option and let's build this up. Transition. He started that whole transition. He kicked it back. We got a good following play. I think it was Archer May that ended up on the end of it. We had that freeze through transition going around the back, kicking it back towards our goal and going around. It was beautiful, his composure tonight, Sardis Hooley. That is what I like to see. Yeah,
I think it's a good call. I probably, I think in the first half he looked a bit lost to me on the wing. He was playing against Davidson, who is a baby for the Bulldogs, but a very talented one. And I just thought positioning wise and kind of being accountable defensively, he was getting a bit lost. But in the second half, like the rest of them, he really stood up too.
Yeah. I thought Blackiston, he's not a number one ruck. I'm sorry. So Peter Wright next week will go into that number one ruck position. I feel like Wright there did more justice for us tonight than what Blackiston did tonight. I reckon Blackiston, he's more of a, put that in as like that half-back type defender, maybe put him down deep, let him play as that defender, because he did really well last year as a defender. He did superb. He's not that number one ruck, I don't feel like. Until we get Nick Bryan back, I think Peter Wright needs to be our number one ruck.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting what they do, because how do you deny the impact that Peter Wright had when he went into the ruck in the set? Like, I'm telling you, he's the kind of guy who wants to grab it by the scruff of the neck, and he's pissed off. He's pissed off at how the team's going. He's pissed off at how he's going, and his performance has shown it. It's going to be very tempting not to play him in the middle.
Peter Wright is very, very dominant in the ruck position, and I'm loving the way he plays. Nick Bryan is coming. Hopefully, we'll be back soon. He played his VFL game today. I didn't get to watch all of it since I was out celebrating Easter with my family, but I was hoping that he looked good. From your perspectives, I heard that you were at the game. How did Nick Bryan look in the ruck? And was he transitioning with the ruck, or was he just slow, steady, not trying to run? How did he look?
I think it was just tick that one off, brush out all the cobwebs, tick that one off, got through it fine, and we move on to next week in the VFL. So build from here. He'll just collect a few VFL games, get some form. His ruck tap work was good. Laid a couple of shepherds. But struggled, understandably towards the end of the game.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay, so he'll be in the VFL next week. Then, on your opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I don't want to rush anyone back. As I said last week, I said what Brad Scott's doing with not rushing anyone back is good. I'm liking the way he's doing this and not rushing anyone back. Ridley has to come back in next week. I don't see an alternative. If he doesn't come back next week, he's a must-have next week, especially against what Melbourne did today. They look very, very dominant in their forward half.
Yep.
And we need to have a game plan when it comes to Cozy. Cozy is lighting up that pitch, and it's not looking good.
Yeah, and now there's two of them. As if one wasn't hard enough. Now there's two.
Latrell looked really, really good today. So
did he? Oh.
Anyway, one more thing just before I get off.
Yep.
It's about the Bulldogs. Although they were missing Ed Richards and Liberatore tonight, although that is critical, we have to take that into some consideration of what would have happened if they were in that side tonight.
Yeah,
I have
most definitely
full support of this group, and that they would have kept it to probably around about the 40, 46 point margin to what they showed in that third quarter. But would that result be like it was tonight if Ed Richards and Liberatore were playing?
I don't know, but what if Ridley and Brian were playing? Does that even it out? So there's what ifs and maybes for both teams. If Sharp was playing, if Martin was playing, you play who you play on the day that you play them, and I still think that they are an exceptionally elite team and still beat most teams in the competition without Ed Richards and Liberatore in the team. So
they have a very,
all right,
very
Muzz,
good midfield.
Thanks so much for joining on. This was a great fan cams by you. Great notes. Well done.
All good. See you later, guys. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Bye. Wayne with the $14.99 super sticker. Thank you so much, Wayne. I appreciate you so much. There was an interesting from Scooter, an interesting stat. Got to go back and find it. Day Wicks ran the most distance tonight out of all the players on both sides. Why is this so surprising? He did have some very good moments. If he just polishes up just a tiny bit, you'd be hard to drop him. You'd really find it hard to drop him. Oof. All right. Who we got next? Corey.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Feeling a hell of a lot better than I was in the first half. Far out. That was very ordinary, but I'm glad the second half was much more positive.
Yeah, thank God for that second half happened. This would be a very different fan cams if that second half hadn't happened.
Oh, it'd be 3 hours of just absolutely tearing the shreds off people, I think, if it was.
It's
So
true.
I'm very happy that I've watched so far of the fan cams that everyone's been a lot more positive than even myself feeling a hell of a lot better than what it was.
Yeah. I totally agree. I'm feeling much better than I was in the first half, and I was at the game thinking, I can't believe I have to go on and talk about how bad this is and how bad this feels for 3 hours. So I'm so glad that I don't. But anyway, what did you like most?
What I like most, well, obviously everyone can say the second half, but it was just the intent and the work ethic that people actually showed once we got a run on. Once we kicked the 2 or 3 goals, even though the result was already out of question by then at that time, that we gave a damn. Like we pushed in numbers to contests the way Bulldogs did. We ran in waves. We got around guys like Edwards and Archer May, who I didn't think were going to light up the stat sheet when it come to it. And kudos to them. It's the lesser lights that actually stood up when it was needed and made the game somewhat interesting in the second half.
Yeah, I agree. Just shows you what belief can do, right?
100%. And hopefully they take that into gather round, regardless of how good Melbourne played today. We have had the wood on in the past, which is also a good sign, but you're only as good as the opposition you play against. So we'll see how we go.
One guy we haven't spoken about, Chat and Corey, is Andy McGrath. He had some exceptionally good moments in the first half when everybody was going to water. I thought, don't yell at me. I know he had a couple of stinkers as well, but he had a few good moments in the first half, and I thought, man, that's really good by him. And then in the second half, I thought he kept Riley West pretty quiet as a whole.
Yeah, I agree with you on the Riley West point of view. I will disagree with it in some aspect of his first half. I did think he was poor by foot. By hand, he's fine, but by foot, he's very, very poor by foot, and he's never been a good kick. But yeah, I thought overall it was a decent enough game, but yeah, obviously can be better. But his lockdown role on Riley West was very positive.
Yeah, I know he still had a couple of shots at goal, but I really do think Riley West is one of those guys who, in such a good Bulldogs team, he gets absolutely no kudos because there are so many stars around him. But I think he's severely underrated. So I thought he did a good job. And one thing I liked him in the first half when I spoke about earlier, when Zach Johnson got that amazing Artie Jones mark on his head. Zach Johnson looked really defeated and really upset, and Andy McGrath was over to him quickly and kind of just encouraged him to get on to the next contest. So I thought he probably, again, a low base, a low standard for his heights, but I thought he was better today than what I've seen.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. It was really good to see. Like one of the previous chatters just said before, El Hawley's game was decent. I actually thought he played all right. There was guys that I didn't think would do much tonight, and as much as I dislike Gresham, as much as the next person that chats, he kicked 3 goals.
I think you said, what did you say? See you later, pack your locker last week, you said?
Oh, pretty much, but I've got to give him kudos when it's there. Like,
absolutely,
you're there to kick goals as a small forward, and you actually did it. And yeah, some of them were in junk time and the game was already over, but you still did your role better than expected. So you got 1 week of grace. You got 1 week of grace for me. Back it up and do it again.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Does Guelphy get those honours?
Unfortunately, no. But his first half on Ballydale wasn't too bad, but then Ballydale got off the chain in the second half. So to me, he was trying to play, or from watching it on the just vision from home, he had to play on him, and he did okay for the time being.
Yeah, he was fairly ineffectual in a way. I don't know what was his stat line in the end, Ballydale, but it didn't feel like he tore us up like he did last year, getting 50 disposals.
He had 21 touches, but 13 of them come in the first half, and they weren't really as effective. He had a couple of really good, nice kicks out of half back. I'll give Ballydale credit. There was some really good kicks out of half back, but and that's obviously the person Guelphy was on. So from a forward's perspective, kicking goals and getting more of the ball, I don't expect him to get a lot when you're playing on a Ballydale type. But if he keeps his spot, you've really got to show something this week. Or do you sacrifice your own role as much as it's a crazy idea and it's a really left field idea? You're very good at locking down players in certain aspects. Why don't you go to Cozzy Pickett next week? I know he's not going to be able to catch him, but might have to try something, because we don't really have a midfielder that can tag him.
I'm trying to remember, and would you believe I've rewatched that game probably 18 times easily, because I watch, long story. But I'm trying to remember what we did with him at Gather Round last year, because he was the only one who was bobbing up and actually getting Melbourne in the game last year when we played them. And I remember when he went to centre bounce, it was a bit like Nick Watson. He would just sweep straight through the centre. As soon as that ball hit the ground, he would just sweep straight through and get the clearance. I can't quite remember who sat on him. It might have been McGrath.
Well, that's not a bad shout either. I think he could go to him too, especially when he's in the forward half of the field, because we don't have anyone that could sort of match up with him height-wise and sort of for pace as an example.
Yeah. And McGrath, if you're not going to play like a Jaden Yuen, for example, who's been playing in the forward line anyway, last couple of weeks, he's probably the one that you give the job to, in fact. Yeah.
Yeah, you would. But his VFL game today was actually pretty impressive up forward. So would he come in for Guelphy as a up forward? I'd probably give that a chance, to be honest. See what you got. See what you got with him, and if he doesn't show anything, then put him back in the back line.
But, again, I'm coming back to what I said to you guys last week. So we want all these changes at Guelphy, out Reed, bring in so-and-so. But all of that, the more you take out and bring in, you're disrupting any little bit of synergy that was developing between this core. So it is really a balance. And at what point do you just give them a chance to continue to build this synergy? Another game together is another bit of chemistry built, because look at the Bulldogs tonight. It is so important, and sometimes more important than system or not effort, but So a balance, but you don't want too many changes. And that's why we don't see too many changes at team selection, guys, because Brad Scott and the coaches are so hell-bent on developing some synergy between this group, so they know, so they can do the over-the-shoulder handballs and know that a player is going to be there and which direction a player is going to go to on their preferred side. It's important. So as little changes as we can kind of try to manage without disrupting kind of, bad performances or trying to reward bad performances, I think we should do, personally.
Yeah, I agree with that in a very, very good retrospect there. I'd say there'd only be 2 changes this week. If Reed does have a hamstring injury, you replace him with Ridley, and then, in all honesty, you put Newen with Guelphy, and you keep the team as is. Obviously, it's not a huge change, but Ridley is a good key back that can help out the back six even more with how well we played in the second half point of view.
And you know what? And then you've got the opportunity or option to actually send Blackers down there if things are getting out of control or when Ridley's off the ground, and yeah, it's not a bad shout.
I think you put Blackiston as your second ruck off the bench rotation as your 23rd man sort of thing as an example. Have Wright as your main ruck with how well he played today. His 4 quarters was really, really impressive. I'll give him that. As much as we want Nick Bryan back, I still think he needs more match fitness coming off an ACL. So 1 or 2 games ain't going to hurt him, and probably bring him in, say, Anzac Day to replace Blackiston then.
Oh, sorry, Moby, you're right. Deceased. You're right. Fiorini and Sharp, very likely, I'm told, to both be back in. Sharp is, I believe it was precautionary to keep him out this week, but he looks to be moving okay. And Fiorini was always going to be 50-50 for this game, but a quote-unquote definite for next week. So I don't know. Why does that make me feel Sardal Hooley is going to make way for Fiorini, which is going to make lots of people mad?
Only thing I disagree with the comment is in bringing him straight back in. They've had 2 games off. They're going to lose that little bit of match fitness and that little bit of touch. I know it's only round 3 or round 4 or whatever round we're in, but it wouldn't be the worst thing if we had him in the VFL just for a week. I'm sorry, but
maybe Sharp.
Well, Sharp at least, but Fiorini, he hasn't really lit up the stat sheet and hasn't really done a hell of a lot when he's been there. So
we forgot Caddy too. We've got to get Caddy in there. You're right.
That's a given. Yeah, that's obviously a given, but he'll probably come in for Perkins because he didn't really do a hell of a lot tonight. But it's a very good thing to have. Even though we're not going that well, we've actually got problems at selection.
Interesting, great point. What a wonderful. I guess it's a consolation to actually be wondering and thinking that some guys are going to be unlucky. I think. Because I cannot personally, I know everyone's crying out for Langford and Perkins to be dropped for Caddy, but I don't see it. And I'm going to go rogue if they drop Archie May. I'm going to lose my shit.
Oh, so, I don't blame you.
that best not happen. It's a good problem, and it's finally a good problem. So Gresham makes it a problem, which is great. Force him to make it a problem, you know? All right, Corey.
All good.
Thanks so much.
No worries. Thank you very much.
Take care. Bye. It's not a bad position to be in. Oh God, I just remembered about Reed. Oh my God. Every time the thought comes back into my head, I get depressed again. Yeah, isn't that a little bit of a joke? No VFL. Like why? The team looked like they had more sync today too. Same good attitude that they finished off last week's win with. Just polished class, got them in the end. But it was there for 3 quarters. All right. Let's have a chat to Dave. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Happy Easter.
And you too.
Thank you.
How were the chips? How many lots did you eat? Because you were there for a fair amount of time.
I was. This is not going to surprise any of you, but I got a little bit distracted just chit-chatting to people coming up to me. So I made 1 trip there, but it was a good, decent, bucket thing of chips. So it hit the spot.
The press conference, I don't know, Fox kind of probably just edited it because they showed like 5 minutes and then just ended the program and went to Jack Rewalt.
So it's up on the AFL website. So we'll watch it shortly after we get finish talking. Yep.
Yeah, no, but he did say that obviously disappointed with the start. He said that there's up to 6 players for next week in possible contention to come in. So, but he more or less guaranteed that Ridley would come in. He made a point about saying that. So, but he didn't say anything about Reed that I saw in the press conference. Maybe a bit later on, hopefully someone asked him. But interesting. He said that the execution was better, but still needs work. I don't know about you at the ground, but he said that one of the big changes in the second half was putting Kako in the middle, and that caused a lot of like the amount of pressure acts and things like that. Not, some people have said that Kako had a shit game and stuff because he didn't. But if the 1%ers were visible, I'd like to kind of see that and the pressure acts and things like that, because him running around like a mad dog in that in the third quarter caused a lot of those turnovers and things like that. So that was good. That was really good to see. And I kind of had him on the TV. It looked like you could just see him. He wasn't mentioned in the commentary and stuff, but you could see that he was doing really well.
There's probably some of that unrewarded effort just because he's not getting hands on the ball. Yeah, some of that. I think I'm just so used to him getting his hands on the ball a lot more. But you're right. It is the 1%ers that make whoever gets on the end of his hard work, it makes them look good and not necessarily him notice. So well pointed out.
Yeah, but he said that, their dominant players like Bonton just got ahead at the start, other than the first 5 minutes, which was fairly kind of even. Then after that, I think after they kicked their first goal, they went to town on us up until probably halfway through the second quarter. And he did say that he started to see changes in that second quarter towards the end. So that was good. And Merritt led the way in the third quarter and stuff. So by putting him in the middle, surprise. What else? But he did say that the response after halftime was good after we changed some things. So he was kind of giving himself and his coaches, a little bit of a reward there by mentioning them indirectly, I thought. He thought Mackay got jumped early, but, stuck to it and thought he did quite well in the end. What else did he say? The execution was better, but still needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
Edwards was threatening and was good. The connection and cohesion still needs work. 6 players possibly available. The challenge is 4-quarter effort. The effort is there, but we need to be able to execute the effort. So make of that what you will. So So they were trying, but they were shit at the start, and then it clicked. And like you said, the spirit was there, and that spirit is attached to, the handball reaching its intended target and that person being able to run with that handball rather than just getting caught. So I thought it was good. I thought it was, it was awful to watch in that first half, but then after that it was pleasing. I can imagine at the game, I mean, they said 36 or 37,000 people there, but I don't know what the crowd felt like, as in, did they have more supporters than that? But the crowd stuck around. From what I saw, the crowd stuck around right until the end. So, and usually at an Essendon game, if they're going to leave, it empties out most of the ground. So,
well, yeah, true, but it was also, I think it was definitely predominantly and a Bulldogs crowd, that's for sure. So, but no, I think the third quarter did wonders, because we have been feeling so bad for how many quarters of football have we played? 12 quarters of football have been horrific, mostly, aside from maybe a glimpse against Hawthorn and Kangaroos. This felt real. This didn't feel fake or pretend or flimsy. Felt sustainable, that third quarter. And I know the naysayers are going to say they took the foot off the brake and they lost English and Artie Jones. Don't care. Comparatively to what we were, it's significant, and it's what hopefully is going to drive them forward. It's going to be what shows them what the belief can do. So that's what I feel. That's what it felt like anyway to me. Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, mate. Have a good night.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Firstly, I am a very good test case that you can absolutely eat confectionery well 2 years for its passed by its use-by date. What am I trying to say here? Maybe I'm not a good test case because maybe I've lost a couple of brain cells. But being Easter, I hope you were all aware of the absolute goat of Easter eggs, and that is the crunchy Easter eggs. That is, if anybody has not gone onto these this Easter, well, you're doing something wrong. But anyway, every Easter I kind of stock up and make my way through packets of these. I bought a packet from the supermarket the other day and I kind of just chucked it in the cupboard. And then the other day I decided that the cupboard needed cleaning out, even though it really didn't. I just have OCD and everything has to be neat 100% of the time. So I kind of took everything out without kind of looking at what I was taking out. And then I decided, and then put everything back. And then I decided that I wanted some Easter eggs and started eating this pack. And then I was sitting here before preparing for the fan cams and I turned over the pack and the expiry is the 1st of June 2024, and I've eaten half the pack and it tastes absolutely no different to me. And I'm a pastry chef, so I have a very astute palate and I'm alive still. So keep all your confectionery. Hello, Pom Dog. We're doing Twixies and then novelty. Yeah, only in Easter at Easter time is the only time I don't eat Twix. That's because the crunchy Easter eggs are the bloody bomb. So get onto them. Hello, Slobbo. Look who it is. Slobbo, Atush, Pommy, Langy. It's Carlton heaven. I just ate a chocolate ciggy. They are the best. What's that? I don't know what that is. Thank you, Brendan. I appreciate you. All right, let's get on to the next guy who saved the fan cams for everybody. So you all owe Greg a thank you. Hello, Greg.
Hey, how are you, Fee? Tell me,
I'm not too
was that a paid advertisement just then?
It wasn't. It wasn't. But maybe I'm hoping that Cadbury? Yeah, Cadbury might one day, or Twix might start knocking on my door because it could be, couldn't it?
Could be. I tell you, it's amazing what 2 quarters of football can do for someone's attitude and hope. And for 2 quarters of football today, I went from a crazy man last week wanting everybody's head, particularly Scott's.
Yep.
I could still probably say goodbye to Scotty, but
fair.
But after the third and fourth quarter today, I was greatly encouraged. And let me say that watching the boys' effort in the third quarter in particular was incredible. You've got to remember that the Western Bulldogs are top of the charts for moving the football from their back line to their forward line. And our guys shut them down and we owned the corridor. It's the first time this year I've seen us own the corridor, and what a difference that made. So I'm cautiously optimistic if the guys can maintain the pressure rating, because the pressure rating was, we went from, what was it, 143 Fee?
Owner. I don't know. I was at the ground. So what did we end up? What did the pressure rating in the third quarter look like? Was it I'm assuming it was 200. It was, surely.
It was up near there. I think actually the fourth quarter the rating went to 200. So the guys were invested. It was good to see our senior players taking some ownership of setting some standards, particularly in pressure acts. I've noticed Caldwell copping a bit. I've actually been cranky at Caldwell, but I can't be cranky with him. I've even seen people in the chat say, "Oh well, he was no good till half time," and then he got all his stats in the second half. I would suggest to those people, go back and have a look at the first 2 quarters, because we were getting taken off the park in the first quarter, and Caldwell was continually applying pressure acts, and he was our second highest pressure act player for the game. So
he was the highest.
That Archie Roberts was highest, but
he had a good game.
Roberts was he's a jet Fee, and to consider that we picked him up with whatever it was some ridiculously low pick. I can't believe our luck, because he's a star of the future, that young man, and he's still got a lot of upside in his game. So we've got a jet there. Very excited about.
this is a good point too, Greg, from Toph. Well done. He played shutdown a bit on the Bont as well, I thought.
Yes, he did.
Bounce anyway.
Yes, he did, and he was quite effective in that role too. Look, I would be the first to call a spade, but I certainly can't call Caldwell a spade this week. Overall, his game was very good, and it needs to be seen as that. And even people like Parrish, and I've been calling for Parrish to be dropped. I have to say that he was involved in, 5 or 6 scoring. He was involved in 5 or 6 scoring. 5 or 6 scoring involvements where he actually used the ball quite well. I think where we disappointed is Parrish has been in and under, and he doesn't seem to be showing that aggression at the moment. But I think he played better this week than he has, and so if he can improve again next week, well, he holds his spot as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe I was harsh on Parrish. I don't know. It could be because, the standard was a little bit higher for him, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think it's good to have high standards, and he's just performing so poorly. All right. Everyone's talking about the fish. What can you tell us about the fish? We're going on a side quest. What can you tell us about the fish behind you, Greg?
Oh, that's a rainbow trout out of the Threadbow River. I caught him many, many years ago. I'm a mad trout fisherman. I'm a fly fisherman. So all good fly fishermen barrack for Essendon. It's a well-known fact. It's a well-known fact that, yes, if you're a fly fisherman, you barrack for Essendon. Because, I mean, if you're a less than hubris individual, you barrack for Carlton. We all know that. But if you're somebody with some education, enjoy the finer things in life, including fly fishing, well, you barrack for Essendon. It's a no-brainer because there's a bit of culture about the Essendon Football Club. And when I'm on the river, it's amazing how many Essendon fly fishermen I come across.
Interesting. Yeah. I'm interested in that deduction, but I don't mind it. Culture.
I just hate Carlton with a passion. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. I even hate them more than I hate Hawthorn, and because I will give something to Hawthorn. Hawthorn are a good family club, and they always have been. And for where they've come from, I tip my hat to them. I still hate them, but I've got to say they're a family club and they're well run. So, but Carlton, well, they're just horrible. Let's face it. Just can't love Carlton. Anyway,
I know.
But V, I was happy this week. I'm much happy. I'm looking forward to the Melbourne game, and I'm expecting an improved performance again. We could even win that game. And so I'm going to be living in hope all week, okay?
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for saving the fan cams, Greg. You have had a wonderful debut. Well done. Thank you so much for your contributions and everything that you bring for the channel. So thank you.
Yeah, well, this is the Queensland. There's a whole heap of us in Rockhampton who are Essendon supporters. I think there's more
also, whilst you're out there on the water doing your fishing techniques, spread the Bomber Banter love, Greg.
Oh, look, I'm trying to do that here in Rockhampton because I've got 4 Australian rules football mates who barrack for Essendon, and I said, look, you ought to get on the Fees channel. I don't see any of them here tonight, but I'll keep pressing it because I love your channel. And
thank you.
Anyway, catch you next time.
Greg.
Cheers.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Good night. Bye. Aiden, I see you. I'm coming for you next. Give me 1 second. I just have to kill myself laughing at this chat. Last week you were very good, very entertaining, and tonight you're lifting up my spirits. Like dudes with stories, hobbies. We have dudes, we being Carlton fan cams, whipping their couch to melatonin down. Yeah, that was a peculiar behaviour. Not going to lie. A tush, only Carlton. I love Archie Roberts. Oh, man. So happy for him too. I mean, I'm happy for my big ginger most of all, but I'm happy for Archie because he copped it last week. He really did. Kate, I'm a huge fan of second half Carlton. Yeah, although I don't feel like... Hey, do you all remember me telling you in the live show that I did with Felix and Scooter when we were picking our round one team. Do you remember me warning you guys not to laugh at that footage that the Carlton fan dropped of their preseason? Because I was seeing exactly the same at our preseason. Yeah, funny that. Don't disassociate the we. We're jaunted. True. Apologies. I'm very sorry. Okay, Aiden, let's have a chat.
Let's do
Hello.
it. Hello.
How are you?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, I am happy. I think after halftime, I was like, all right, that's better.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
Yeah. I feel like I really have loved the involvement of Tom Edwards. Really loved him. Yeah, it's sad because I've watched from the VFL today and I've seen a lot of Sardis and I just don't know what more that guy can do. I really don't.
Oh, I do see you, Chris, in the chat bringing up Sardis like every second comment, but can I just implore you to rewind back an hour? How long ago did I talk about Sardis, chat? An hour ago, I kind of talked about his VFL game and where I see him at, but I don't know. This performance makes me think that let's just keep the team the same.
I think when we're looking at the VFL today, especially watching Jaden Ewan perform the way he did, it makes way for Matt Gelfie. I've always loved his intent. And yeah, I feel like all of us, we've always given our Bombers players maybe a bit of leeway, maybe a little bit of leeway. But, you know, I felt like Jaden today was fantastic. And, yeah, like a player like Archie Perkins and Matt Gelfie, like, I don't know if they're really in that first team. And, yeah, I felt like, though, the second half is way more encouraging than I've seen the whole year. And I've got two best mates that love footy. One of them's a Blue supporter. One of them's a Hawthorn supporter. So they're having some very intriguing years.
Only one of you is having a happy time at the moment then.
Yeah, and that's obviously me. I love the way we're going.
Is it not the Hawthorn supporter?
No. The Dons were great. Love it. Love the AFL. Yeah,
Okay.
we're superbly well. Will Bella, here we go. No, but it was really encouraging to watch the VFL today, and I think to see those players like that are on the fringes. They're on the fringes. Yep. Nick Cox, Harry Jones. Sorry.
By the way, chat, just to interrupt you, Harry Jones got a knee in the back, apparently. So I know I saw some people talking about him. He didn't play. Oh, gosh, I feel like he only played the first quarter, but maybe a quarter and a half.
I feel like he was way out of it. But his first quarter was very strong. I really noticed him impacting the game, and that got me really excited. To be honest with you,
he kicked a really fantastic goal across his body. Just
he didn't
know those limbs. Didn't know those limbs went that far. It reminded me of Gumby.
Yeah, no, Big Scotty Gumbleton takes me way back. It's a bit sad. No, but I think the VFL was encouraging, even though I feel like the scoreline flattered Footscray in the end. But I feel like there was good things to come out of that. Nick Cox, that was the best game I've seen him play in a long time. Re-VFL. And, I'm unsure whether we do have a pick for the mid-season draft. I don't think we do currently, but a player like Cam Nyko really excited me. I thought he was fantastic today.
You've nailed it, Aiden, for your VFL wrap-up. I was going to say the two that I warned people, well, not warned, but I said in the preseason that I was loving the look of was Cam Nyko and Will Balla, and both of them had really good days.
Yeah, no, Will had so many opportunities today, and he just thought, I'll kick with my foot that's terrible, and he fluffed a few. But no, he was fantastic. Had a lot of contested marks, and no, I thought Cam Nyko was involved in a lot of really good plays today. And you know, honestly, a player that just keeps impressing me, and I don't think that we're going to go down that line, but Jackson Haley was terrific, I thought, and no, it's really good to see that we've got some players like a Jackson Haley and a Xavier O'Neill that just are pulling through all the time. It's I feel like we've got a really good VFL program at the moment, and no, it's really good to see because I don't think we've had that for a long time.
It's true. The VFL, I mean, they're probably going to lack some class compared to some of the more skillful teams. The story of our life, really. But they've got some ticker. They've got some heart, most definitely. So, I think a good showing in the end. Thank you, Aiden.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Well done. Well done on your Bomber Banter debut.
It's good to be here. Everyone on X, Essen did. That's my name. So we did win a final once, and we will win it again.
Love it. I think we absolutely will. It's just a matter of whether we'll all of us here right now will be blind, deaf, wheelchair, in palliative care. Like it's just a matter of, just a matter of when. What are you all talking about? What you all on about in the chat? You're wondering about his TV. There was someone who asked a question that I thought I could answer. Maybe not. Oh. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Void, I'm loving your work tonight in the chat. Well done. Well done. What'd I do? That was slack journalism. Sorry. What'd I do? I'm sorry if I've let you down. Oh, did you want me to ask about the why? I don't want to get into a habit of starting to ask all the guests about the shit that's on their walls. Do you people care about that? Surely not. Oh, there was a player that somebody spoke about in the chat, and I thought we haven't even spoken about him tonight in the fan cams. Anyone we're missing that we haven't spoken about? Maybe not. All right. Let's talk to Noel. How are you?
G'day. I got to meet you today. That was great.
Did. I'm glad.
I used my pickup line and I realised it was you.
What was the pickup line? That went over my head.
I pointed out something on your scarf. You usually to get a talking point going with someone. Oh, what's your badge? I mentioned.
Oh, the badge. Yeah.
And then I looked up, go, oh shit, it's Fiona. You're even better looking in person, I must say.
Okay, this has gone to a weird place, Noel.
I'm just saying you're an attractive lady, and it took me a couple of seconds to realise, oh shit, it's Fiona.
Okay, how about let's put our focus on.
Let's move on to that. Johnson, we haven't spoken about Johnson. What do you think of Johnson's game?
I thought he had a moment in the first after he got that. After Artie Jones took that mark, I thought he lost his poor confidence a little bit, and the poor guy. And I don't think he had his best game even in the third quarter.
Yeah, it was a bit of an up and down game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was. I think we all expected an 80, 90 point loss. So to walk away with what we did, I think that was pretty good. It shows that there's some signs there, and I did say we should be positive.
Look what you've started. This.
No,
I'm going to give you some advice. I'm not sure how far this is going to get you, but anyway, moving on. The guy we haven't spoken about, Ray. Yes, good. Dersma. Funny old game, or good game, bad game.
Yeah, well, he was right.
Okay.
That was right. I was listening to Adam Cooney on the SEN.
Adam Cooney, is he still doing commentary?
Yeah, apparently. Apparently, he seems to think he knows everything about football. But anyway, but they were singing Perkins' praises, so it just goes to prove that they probably know nothing about football.
Interesting.
But,
That's
okay. Perkins was an Essendon supporter when he was recruited. Maybe that was the reason he was recruited ahead of. I think did someone mention earlier in your chat about that guy from Geelong that we could have got instead.
Holmes.
Yeah. And we could have had Job Shanahan too. There's a lot of blokes we could have had.
Yeah.
Who were on it. Job Shanahan was playing and kicking goals in our VFL side.
Yeah, he was.
And we didn't go for him when he came up on the draft. We didn't challenge it. And he went to West Coast.
Some people agree with Adam Cooney. Did he really? You thought that? I'm gonna come back to me after I watch the replay tomorrow. I'm gonna watch him closely. Yeah. He and Sardis Hooley are the two that I want to watch because I did.
Sardis Hooley's second half was really good. And he did some very clever things. He can use the ball quite well. But I think, like most of our blokes, we tend to rush a little bit.
Yeah.
There's time when but what Cooney and the guys were saying was that when Essendon slowed the game down, we played better because it upsets the Bulldogs' running game because they can't run. If we've got the ball in our hand, they can't get a free kick and they haven't got the ball. So suddenly we've got control. And when we slowed the game down to various patches, we started to get better control and we started to look a little bit better as a side. When we start doing all this running handball stuff that we're not capable of doing, that's when we were turning it over. But there were times where we did 5 or 6 kicks here in sideways and backwards stuff and then turned it over or over handballed it because they rush. And that's just youth and exuberance to some degree and laziness from some of the others. But Gresham's 3 goals were good, but he did a couple of other nice things too. He had a reasonable game, Gresham.
Yeah, so, I think the stat sheet probably, and I know arguably some people feel like he stole that one from Edwards.
I think he did too. Yeah.
My gut feel was that was smart. That was smart because I felt like the Bulldogs player was creeping in behind him and he had no awareness that Bulldog player, or maybe he did, but I felt like that was going to be touched, and I thought that was smart from him personally.
It was smart, but yeah, and there was I was watching, but there was something I don't know if you noticed it, but it was a beautiful moment before the game started. I don't know who the young fella was on the field, but there was a young boy with Kako on in the warm-ups, and they were having shots for goal. And they were taking it in turns, and the kid was putting them through. He dribbled one through, or he kicked the goal. Kako's over there giving him a hand, rubbing his head and congratulating him and encouraging him. And the two of them were having a bit of a competition on who could kick the best goal and snapper here and that for about a good 5-10 minutes before the game started. The two of them were going at it. And it was just, I just thought it was a lovely thing. It'll probably get mentioned on the telly because I love all that stuff. But I just thought it was a lovely thing. And I think it was another moment. There was another one, young fellow on the field, and bottom fellow gave me a rub on the head and going, sort of thing. So I like all that little bit of interaction, but I don't know what that was about. But Kako was on the field for a couple of minutes.
Apparently, it was our new recruit.
Yeah, well,
do we need any more kids? I mean, we do, but
I'd sign him up because he wasn't missing too many. I can tell you.
Oh, really? I mean, that doesn't surprise me at all, knowing Kako and his family. It doesn't surprise me at all. But we have a very important question for you, Noel. Probably the most important.
It wasn't a member of his family. It was a random kid. I don't know who it was. He may have been something to do with the Children's Hospital or something.
Yeah. So probably the most important question I'll ever ask you, right?
Yeah,
but
okay.
Here we go.
Favourite biscuit. Well, I've got the debate as to whether my debate is Kit Kat a biscuit or a chocolate? Because it doesn't say either. And it's a wafer with chocolate on it. So it's actually a biscuit, an old but my favourite biscuit's a Tim Tam.
A Tim Tam. Not a cheeky Monte Carlo?
Although Gaiety comes in very, very close. I do like a Gaiety. A Gaiety.
A what? What's that?
Well, you never heard of a Gaiety?
No.
It's a chocolate. It's a chocolate wafer, about that size, called Gaiety. And also, I don't mind lemon crisps as well.
Okay.
But
okay, thank you. Yeah, most definitely.
Well, technically, it's a biscuit, and
it felt like that, didn't it?
I've had this debate on another website channel.
Are you cheating on Bomber Banter, Noel? What do you mean you're talking about biscuits on another website?
It was Big Brother website.
I do not. A part of me wants to know more, and a part of me is saying no because I'm going to get cancelled. So let's leave it at that.
There's a TV show called 2 Pints of Lager and a Packet of Crisps, and the character on there, that's his question. He asks the girl, "Is Kit Kat a biscuit or a chocolate?" And if they say it's a biscuit, he won't go out with them. That's his. It's a comedy series, but it's quite funny. But there's a technical thing because Jaffa Cake went to court over whether they were a biscuit or a chocolate. Because because there's more sales tax on cakes than there are biscuits. And that's why they went to court. They wanted to prove that they were a cake. And they proved that. They went to court and they proved that.
I cannot believe that line. I never thought that line would be said on the fan cams. They went to court because they wanted to prove they were cake. Wow.
They would prove they're cake because biscuits, when they
this is the gift that keeps on giving, guys.
When biscuits go stale, they go soft. When cakes go stale, they go hard. Jaffa cakes go hard when they're stale. They proved by that they proved that they were a cake, so they pay less tax. Kit Kat's Kit Kat's doing the same thing. They are a biscuit.
We have side quested so hard here, but I am all for it. Firstly, I have so many questions. I have no idea what a Jaffa cake is. I've never heard of that. And I have never heard of, I've actually just seen it in print. Who wrote it? Ray. A Gaiety. Am I the only person? Is this a well-known biscuit? I have never heard of this.
Oh, yeah.
But what is it like? Is it chocolatey or is it like a teddy bear biscuit?
It's basically a giant Twix.
Oh, okay. Now you got my attention.
You'll be interested because it's like a big thick wafer. It's like a double wafer with chocolate over it. So it's like a big double chocolate wafer, and it's like it's almost like a giant Twix in some ways.
Okay. Now another important question that I should have asked. Bad journalist. Now you can call me a bad journalist, Felix. Tim Tams, OG, or do you like all the additions?
Yeah, I don't mind the original, but also the double choc one.
I'm glad. And who would have known we lost the game of football, right? Like, see,
who cares?
You can choose to live in the doom and gloom. That doom and gloom's going to be waiting for you, no matter if you enjoy yourself right now or not. So you may as well have a laugh.
Cam biscuit. This is biscuit cam. We're on biscuit cam. But now, by the way, I have got your crunchy Easter egg. I've got a crunchy Easter egg right here.
Do you really?
I got some for Easter.
No,
but these are my favourite ones.
What's that?
The caramel cream eggs. They're my favourite ones.
Okay. Yeah.
I do like the crunchy egg. Twix don't do them. I haven't seen a Twix one.
It's a Kit Kat on steroids. And sorry, excuse my ignorance here, but do you just go? Can I go and buy it like a chocolate bar, or do I have to buy it like a pack of biscuits?
Yeah, a pack of biscuits. Yeah, do a pack of biscuits.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
You're in the same. Yeah.
This seems very strange. Is this an old biscuit? Is it readily available? Why don't I know this? Did I have a bad childhood because I haven't had this biscuit?
This has been around for a long time. They've been around a long time. Yeah.
Okay. I've been eating too many Twixes, I think. I think my life is too revolved around Twixes that I've been neglecting the biscuits, haven't I?
Back to the football. The nugget was good, wasn't he? Little Nguyen. in the VFL.
Oh, we're back to the football. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
let's go back to the
All right,
football.
here we go.
Okay.
I don't know that the chat's going to be happy with that, but anyway, all right, on to the football. How'd you
can
find the
get back
VFL?
We can get back to biscuits later. Yeah, well,
You're officially the host.
I'm a coffee mug collector, and I've got a lot of coffee mugs with biscuit and brands on them, and Tim Tams is one of them. I've also got Tim Tam perfume, but we'll get into that some other time. I bought Tim Tam perfume and aftershave. They had it on sale as a promotion, and I ended up getting some. So there you go. But anyway,
I did not see this. Hater? Anyone else? What happened? Just from overexertion, or did someone give him a tummy rub or something?
I had
Watson.
I had a theory on the VFL. That game was close for 3/4. I think playing on Marvel Stadium might have wore a few of those youngsters out, because it was not a stadium that they would have played on too often, and it is quite large and drawing. And maybe the bigger crowd may have got to them a bit as well, because we were in that game for 3/4 and then we seemed to sort of fall away in the last quarter. Maybe Marvel had something to do with that. So, but I thought they were pretty good in the VFL, wasn't it? It wasn't a bad little game. Biscuit banter.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying so hard to listen to you, Noel, but now I'm thinking about biscuits. I'm going to read. I'm so sorry. This is a football channel.
I think we've moved to biscuit banter now, haven't we?
Okay, I should refocus, but the chat is digging it, so maybe
I've got a collection. You can't see it in the back. I've got a collection of about 40 Kit Kat coffee mugs. I've also got a Kit Kat kettle and coffee pot. I started collecting coffee mugs a couple of years ago, and I've got quite a lot biscuit related ones, but Kit Kat ones in particular, and Hayes chocolate is another one. But yeah, got to get you onto the Gaiety biscuits. You'll love them.
Okay, tomorrow. I can't. I'm not going out tomorrow because.
And I want to try that Ice Vovo ice cream too. Apparently, Coles is doing an Ice Vovo ice cream at the moment.
Now, okay. This week, you all keep me accountable. Chat in the shows this week. I am getting myself some Gaiety. Biscuits.
Gaiety biscuits.
Okay, I want to talk about Nick Cox for a second, because I don't think he's getting. Well, we haven't really spoken too much about the VFL, but he was good. He was really good, right? It was good to see him out there. And
he was a good lead up forward. He was very accurate in front of goal. And I think he's a bit underrated as a goal kicker. I don't think I've ever seen him miss too many, even when he was playing senior footy. But I think they're very cautious about his health, and that's why I don't think they'll rush him back into the senior side for a while, because I think he's still concerned about his concussion issues and so on. So give him a few more games. But yeah, he's knocking down the door, and as someone said earlier, selection pressure, something we haven't had at Essendon for a long time, isn't it?
It's true, yeah. And TL, you're spot on. I thought they really stood out. They really, really did. It was really good to see. And it's impressive by Jaden. He's essentially playing a new position, but he looked like you could tell that he played AFL before, because he was almost at a tempo above the rest of them, like AFL tempo in a way, which was nice.
I was surprised that Jack Billings was he dominated for the Bulldogs.
He had a great game, He's that player who's going to be too good for VFL but not good enough for AFL, isn't he?
He had a pretty good stint at St Kilda, and I think at one stage we were interested in recruiting him.
High draft pick. He was a high draft pick, if I'm not mistaken.
And he was quite damaging. They had a couple of interesting players in that side. I was surrounded by Bulldogs people when I went and sat down in my actual spot. But the Bulldog supporters, I find, are generally pretty nice. I was really quite loud. No, a few people moved.
Tell me something that is going to surprise me, because that is certainly not one thing.
A few people moved, I have to say. A few people did, but there was a spare seat. They went and moved somewhere else.
I love how you say that with absolutely no fucks whatsoever.
Don't care.
You are someone who
I never swear when I'm at the footy. I want to, but I never do. And
hey, can I just say something? Conversationally swearing actually is evidence of a highly intelligent person.
Yeah.
If you are swearing in abuse at someone, well, that is not okay. But swearing is conversationally is just a word. Just a word, like every other word that we speak about.
If you're using the F word for punctuation, that's probably just lazy.
I disagree. It's all about, we're talking about biscuits. It's all about flavor and emotion and dramatization and passion. Anyway, moving on.
And next to me, the cutest little 10-month-old little Bulldog supporter, absolutely little sweetheart, was sitting next to me, and we were giving high fives. And it was really cute. Little 10-month-old was mum with his grandma and his grandpa watching the Bulldogs. I thought, that was cute. It's my niece's birthday yesterday, and so Easter and birthday is quite fun for her. But
good.
Yeah, no, I was. We can walk away feeling pretty good, but as most people say, we have to do it next week. We have to do it next week. We have to show that we can beat Melbourne, and if we play like that, Melbourne beat the Suns, but the Suns can't win in Melbourne. So I wouldn't put too much on that one. They're the only ones who buggered up my tips, though. Yeah.
Okay. I was at the VFL game watching the VFL game, so I watched not 1 second of the Melbourne Suns game. Were Melbourne very impressive, or were Suns just very, very off?
Well, Suns were won at one stage for a fair while. The Suns had the lead for a fair while. So
you can't comment. You were at the VFL game watching the VFL game too.
I was keeping an eye on the scores though.
Yeah, but it's not the same. I need
No, it's not the
input from
same,
someone
no.
who watched the game. Oh, here we go. If the King tells me, then it means that's what was true. The D's looked good. Okay. Damn.
Yeah. But again, the Suns have got a bad record travelling away from home. The only team they beat last year in Melbourne, guess who that was? It was us. We were the only team they beat last year in Melbourne.
And you know what? I'll just tell you guys, what are we past midnight? Yeah, we are. I can tell you secrets. The players are acutely aware and acutely, I won't say confident, but they know that they got the wood over Melbourne and at Gather Round. And I reckon that third quarter will be, and the second half, I should say, as a whole, combined with that, well, I reckon if they showed belief in it against Bulldogs, a team that no one, including Sportsbet, gave us even a lick of hope of winning, and they knew themselves subconsciously. Consciously, they're not thinking, oh, we can't win this game, but subconsciously, they know the Bulldogs are on top of the ladder and how badly they're going. So a subconscious part of them knows that they can't win this game or won't win this game. Not that they can't, that they won't. And they still believed in the second half and still played like they believed. So imagine how they'll play when they actually know that this is a fair fight, sort of. Yeah.
And they're a different team to the last, because they haven't got Oliver and they haven't got Petrarca now or May, so they're a different side. So they may not even care about
Hey Andrew, he was playing. He was playing in all the games that we've beat them. And yes, who played in that game? Did Draper play in that game? Yeah, we may have had Draper. I think that's the game he did his ACL actually, or PC. His Achilles. What the hell did he do? Yeah, Achilles, I think.
Or was it Brian that got injured in the Melbourne game?
I think Brian was the week before.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, he was. Gawn was playing, but yes, he will be a handful. He will. Oh yeah, there we go. It was Gawn. It was Draper. Yeah, okay. And Brian did his ACL. All right, you're right, Noel. Well done.
Yeah, I thought that. Well, Brian showed enough in the VFL. He showed a little bit. He had a lot of hit outs, but then he was up against a lesser
Jack
rank.
Steele towed up the Brownlow medal winner. So Rao didn't have a good game? Wow, Jack Steele. What form Jack Steele is in? He looked dead and buried at St Kilda last year, didn't he?
Didn't he? Yeah. He looked
Good on
like
him.
He looked like they were ready to retire him, weren't they?
Yeah.
But he's come good. No, In answer to dipping biscuit, I think some Pommy's asking about tea. I don't drink tea. I drink coffee.
Like a man.
Yeah.
I'm just
But
kidding.
Irish.
Don't yell at me. No shade on tea drinkers. Tea is great.
I'm Irish and I should be drinking tea, but I drink coffee. But the Tim Tam Slam, Pommy, the Tim Tam Slam. You must do the Tim Tam Slam. Have you done the Tim Tam Slam, Fiona? Do you know of the Tim Tam Slam?
No.
You bite one corner of your Tim Tam, you bite the opposite corner of your Tim Tam, you put it in your coffee, you suck the coffee through. As soon as it gets soggy, shove it in, explodes in your mouth. Mwah! Magnificent. The best way to eat Tim Tam.
Wow. Don't get upset at me. Don't get upset at me, Noel, but I have long believed that the Tim Tam is overrated.
It is, but it's still a great biscuit.
Okay. I thought you were going to, I was expecting a bit of defense of your favorite biscuit, but you just gave me nothing.
Was it? Yeah. I know other people say the same thing. I also hear English people trying to tell me it's the same as a penguin. It isn't. Penguins are not anywhere close to Tim Tams. Similar shape, but that's about it. But yeah, don't get me on biscuits.
I'm learning a lot about biscuits. I'm also learning that I know sweet F all about biscuits, and I probably should know more.
And you're in the bakery business and you don't know about biscuits. What is going on, Fiona?
You know why? Because all my life I have made biscuits and I've never actually bought biscuits.
And have you been to your namesake restaurant at Marvel? Across the road from Gate 9 is a place called Fiona's.
No, there's not.
There is. I was going to take a
There is
photo of it.
not. You're lying. Now you're lying to me. Don't start lying to me.
You're going to break it and show it to you. There's a restaurant called Fiona's.
Rubbish. I do not believe that for a second.
I'll have to look it up.
Nah.
We'll
Except now I need to know what is your savoury biscuit of choice. Void, that's Void's question.
I always say my favourite El Haka, yes. He keeps the goal in the last quarter, or in the third quarter. El Haka.
Oh, God.
You people have got short memories, haven't you? Remember, he made a mistake and called him the wrong name last week, and now he's going to live it down forever. Oh.
But this is a funny one. This is a very funny one. Oh, God. I mean, yeah, okay. Sorry, your savoury biscuit. What's your savoury biscuit of choice?
Savoury? I have to say I'm not a big fan of shapes. I'm not a big fan of shapes. I don't. If I had a favourite savoury biscuit, it's probably going to be something really, really plain and dull.
Like a Savoy?
Yeah, I don't mind Ritz. Ritz crackers are okay. Don't mind them.
What's that? Like a salada? A salada?
Yeah, salada with Vegemite. Yeah, then you're a winner. And
I don't like Vegemite.
Yeah, you push your Vegemite, so it makes little Vegemite worms through the holes in the salada. That was always fun as a kid. That was a fun thing you used to do with a biscuit.
Yep.
But yeah, or the Sayo. Sayos are pretty good.
What the hell is a Sayo? Now you're all just making shit up. Now I'm going to go to the supermarket with a list of stuff I need to buy, and I'm probably not going to find one of these things.
Sayo is made by Arnott's. It's their version of the salada. It came out before salada. Here's a bit of history for you. Arnott's was named after, there was a Salvation Army officer called Colonel Arnott, who apparently had something to do with the creation of Arnott's biscuits. And Sayo biscuits is a tribute to him, Sayo standing for Salvation Army officer. Apparently that's the story. So Sayos were one of the first biscuits Arnott's ever made. I'm
impressed you know the backstory.
I know too much about biscuits. Believe me, I should go on Mastermind as for biscuits. Biscuits autism, I'll be a winner.
Well, it's interesting that Pommy called it because he's the one who started this whole shebang about the biscuits. He called that you'd be big into biscuits, and I think he nailed it.
Yeah, Yep. Yes.
You're calling an upset. Redback Spider. Carlton will beat Adelaide. Oh, Atush, what do you think of this, Pommy?
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. How much pressure will Vossi be on under after that one? Because they're certainly starting to give him a bit of a serve in the media, aren't they? And
yeah,
I thought Vossi's a bit
I can't
more
say
of a
I'm not
media
enjoying
darling.
it. I'm not enjoying the pain. I'm not enjoying the pain that my Carlton friends are going through specifically, but I'm enjoying the limelight and the spotlight being ever so shifted occasionally off Essendon.
Well, I think the pressure's I think the story will be taken off us a little bit because we put up a pretty good show, because everyone was expecting to have the headline 90-point loss. I think they were all writing it before the game started. So limelight's off us, and I can talk about they can talk about that. But it was interesting. Interesting that because I think we showed a little bit towards the end of the North Melbourne game, just towards the end of that North Melbourne game, there might have been trash goals, but there was signs, there was a little bit of cohesion beginning to creep in towards the end. And as Scott said, I like Scott's press conference. There was a couple of very interesting
I can't believe he said that about Perkins. I'm shocked. I don't think anybody actually answered me if I was giving too much credit to him, but I did not expect him to actually verbalise what we're all thinking, which is that he should be well ahead of where he is after playing 100+ games.
Yeah, well, you look at when Melbourne had Oliver and Petrarca and Viney. That's what Perkins, Parrish, and Merritt should have been by now. That should be what those three guys should be dominating in the midfield. They had the potential to be as good as those other blokes. Yeah. And they've not lived up to their reputation for whatever reason. Perkins hasn't had a lot of injuries, so you can't be claiming that.
True.
Parrish has had some injuries to get through, but Parrish was never an in and under player. He was always an outside player. And we need an inside player. So maybe Roby will be that boy eventually. But that's what you need. But Perkins, Parrish, those sort of guys really should be at the highest level by now. 100 games. You've played enough footy. You should know what's going on. Look, he did some nice things. He did a couple of shockers like everybody else. But he wasn't our worst. Pryor certainly wasn't our worst player. Again, I don't know what Pryor was doing up on the forward line now on a couple of occasions, but
he's getting confused because he played on the wing all preseason and he just finds himself floating.
Was he on the wing? Was he on the wing for a bit?
No, he wasn't. But that's why I mean he's getting confused.
He's being dragged up there, I think, by his opponent.
Yeah, correct. I just like some of his aggressive efforts. Sometimes when you're not going to win the ball, if you can hurt someone or hurt your opponent or, not in a illegal way, but if you can make it hurt. And I thought he was of that mindset.
I also put the Bulldogs, Collingwood and Geelong as the most protected teams in the competition. That you cannot do a thing against them. The amount of free kicks in front of goal were absolutely unbelievable. And that hogging the ball was right in front of me. Tackled him, sent him over the boundary line. Bulldogs supporters behind me.
Which quarter is that? Which one?
It's the third quarter.
Okay.
Second or third quarter. Dragged him down. Perfect tackle over the boundary line. Bulldog supporters behind me were saying the same thing. Holding the ball. No. 2 seconds later, Tersma gets tackled by 3 blokes. The ball fell in his hand. The ball literally dropped in his hand. Bang, they tackled him. Holding the ball. Where's the chance? So consistent. They're a very protected side. Look, Blackiston was getting shoved out 3 or 4 times. I saw him getting shoved out in the ruck. No.
I thought
not doing anything
this could be. Look, I'm self-aware enough to preface this by saying this could be biased, but I thought the 2 meter Peter free kick that he got against him, I think in the ruck was, was
arm chop. Every time the Bulldogs break, Norton or Dale got their hands to the ball. As soon as they touched him, it was an arm chop. No,
okay.
No arm chop.
At that point, I may have been shielding my eyes because I was thinking about having to come on here tonight and be depressed with you all. So maybe I missed it. I'll see it on the replay tomorrow or today.
But we were surprisingly we were in that game in the second quarter. We kicked poorly. We had we hit the post once. There was a couple of other shots we should have got. Archer May missed one. There was a couple of shots. So I think it was 2-7. We get a couple of those. We were in the game. And I needed a couple of those to go through the right way.
That's interesting, you guys. I've never actually noticed it. Maybe I have to watch a little closely. I've noticed do you know what I do notice? The over exaggeration for Sam Darcy. And I only notice it because I watch Peter Wright get mauled and arm chopped and over the shouldered and get absolutely nothing. And so I notice it more when it's happening to Darcy. So I do notice that, but man, okay.
They've been a protected species for a while.
A lot of flopping for frees in the AFL this year. I hate it. Yeah, there was one in the Collingwood game, the Collingwood-Brisbane game, where he literally ducked his head, and it was the only reason the tackle went high. And it's just so not in the spirit of the game. It's just a bit lazy. It's like lazy journalism. It's lazy football.
And then Gresham got taken high, no free kick. He played on, got the ball out, and we scored a goal from it anyway. But again, you done that to a Bulldogs player and instantly bang, and a 50-metre penalty for arguing about it. I want consistency. I don't think the umpires had no bearing on the result of the game.
No.
Overall.
Yeah, for sure.
You want consistency. If you're going to pay it to that team, you pay it to that team. I'd love to know a stat on how many free kicks a defender gets compared to a forward. Because forwards kick goals. Goals mean advertising. Advertising sells more betting for the AFL. More goals. That's why they brought in the stand rule. They want more goals. They want higher scoring. So I wonder how many free kicks. The same free kick can be paid on the wing that doesn't get paid in the forward line, or vice versa. The guy gets tackled and held in the forward line. He's going to get the free kick and have a shot on goal. But the same free kick is not paid on the wing, because it has no bearing on maybe making a result. Now, I don't know if umpires are doing that deliberately when they're told to do that. Is Andrew Dillon on the phone making choices there? We don't know. But it seems to me consistency is all you ask for.
Well, it's just never going to happen because there are too many rules that are up to the interpretation of a particular personality. That is essentially where we're at. We are heavily invested in a game where the rules change because of a personality type. One umpire can think it's an overexertion in a tackle or a heavy tackle or a dump tackle, but another umpire with a slightly different perspective on life and, I don't know, violence can see it as a not a dumping tackle or the opposite. I forget what I said the first time.
And then there's the Toby Green rule. If umpires don't like particular players or a particular player's got a reputation, like we had with Lloyd for a while, Ginnivan gets a lot. Toby Green gets picked on a lot more than he probably should do because of who he is and what he is, instead of treating every player exactly the same. I still hear Carlton supporters whinging about Greg Williams not winning a Brownlow. He got 2 50-metre penalties in the game, and arguably an umpire didn't get a vote for that game. Strangely enough, that was the game that cost him a Brownlow. They never, ever mentioned that. Mr. Only Carlton, by the way. You can look, stand up. I nearly went on Only Carlton.
Please don't, Moby, you started the RAF. We're not saying that umpires change a game, and umpires definitely wouldn't have gotten us a win in this first 4 rounds, but we're here to complain and whinge. If you can't do it here, this is exactly what this platform is for, to have a whinge about biscuits and umpires and Gresham and Brad Scott.
Yeah.
That's why we are here. So everybody gets their space and place to whinge about what they desire.
And I say, never eat biscuits in
There you
bed.
go.
Never
He's
eat
telling you he
never
doesn't
eat
give a shit.
biscuits in. Yeah, you don't. Fair enough. Neither do I. Don't eat biscuits in bed. You'll end up with a crummy sleep. Yeah.
I don't eat in bed. Yeah,
No.
I can't. Bed is for sleep. I don't know. Is that do many people? How many people in this chat right now love a snack in bed or dig a
Don't you
snack
do
in bed?
breakfast in bed? Hasn't
Never.
a boyfriend ever done that for you, like a breakfast in bed, or?
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like food in my bed.
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
Okay.
there's-
Did I? Now I have to go back and see if I worded that wrongly, or if only Carlton is just making what I said dirty. And yeah, okay, it seems like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Will,
Yeah,
I'm the same. I can't. Like this is how OCD I am. If I took, for example, I get quite hungry at the end of a fan cams, so I'll have a little snack. But if I took that snack to bed at like 2 a.m. when I finish the fan cams, usually, I'd have to then get my duster buster out and clean and duster bust up my
she'd
sheets.
be hell to live with. I couldn't deal with that.
I know. Hey,
I can't.
I own it, but I own it. So that's
Yeah,
going to
good
get
on
me.
you. Yeah, I've had girlfriends like that. You know, they put the coaster down before I put my cup of tea down. You know, so you had to put the coaster down to make sure I didn't.
Always a
leave-
coaster, always.
Yeah,
Any
yeah.
bedtime snacks have to not have crumbs. Okay, so what would pass the test? Like a cake? No,
Nah.
that's technically gonna have crumbs.
Or your
What snacks pass the test? Void, no.
lollies, maybe jelly beans or
Ooh.
something like that.
Chocolate? That's not really like a chocolate.
Yeah, you get
bar?
chocolate. You get chocolate on your bed sheets. That's not going to look good.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
No,
You
don't
did
need
so.
this.
Don't lie. You meant it like that. Beds are for sleeping. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Richard.
There's another use for them, but we won't go into that one. Yeah, anyone want to buy? Anyone want to buy one? By the way, I've got a single bed for sale if you want one. But
yeah. Okay, Joe. The bee, the sacrosanct. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It attracts insects. Yeah.
I vacuum the kitchen bench.
Have the dust buster by the side of your bed, do you? Yeah.
The dust. I'm ashamed at how much work and airtime my duster buster sees. I'd probably have to get drunk on a fan cam before I admitted how much airtime my duster buster gets. It's probably a little sad, not gonna lie. Little Hats, why does Gresham always get dragged after his 2 or 3 good moments in each game? Does he? He gets dragged after a goal, but that's pretty standard, right?
Yeah. I think it's just the timing. There's a time for them to come off, and it just happens to coincide with when you kick a goal. I think they should leave you on if you're kicking a goal. If you're on a run on like that, I've seen that a couple of times. They did it with young Jones as well. He kicked a goal and then they took him off.
Fish?
But,
No.
I do have an Essendon Doona, by the way, Richard. It's in the back there. You can just see it in the back there.
Does the Doona come with the bed?
Maybe.
Okay.
I have to buy a
Eating in
double
bed and watching sport. Even George Costanza could not perfect it. A chocolate milk in bed, cheeky chocolate milk. I'm not a milk. I don't drink milk outside of a coffee, but I have been enjoying the Rockaby shapes. I've never been like a milkshake girl, but the Rockaby shakes, I have been enjoying. They go on special regularly. So
I got a whole bunch of Bilks and cordials. I bought 24 bottles, different ones. It's got there's a cola one and all that. And you put them with soda water and make them into your own soft drink. But my favourite milk one is musk cordial with your milk. So it's like having a liquid musk. Liquid musk.
Someone please buy the bed so I can go to bed. Oh no, I'm not making this. I'm not enforcing this rule.
No, don't enforce that rule.
How much do you want for the bed? No.
I don't come with it, so sorry.
Oh, there's going to be no buyers now. Unfortunately for you, Noel, I don't know which way you swing, but predominantly the audience is 96% male. So unfortunately, I don't know that many people are going to be disappointed with that.
Groucho Marx, there's a joke where he's sleeping in one of those beds in one of the shops, like display bed. And how much is the bed? And he goes, it's $12,000. That's a lot for a bed. Yeah, but it's got me in it.
So he's putting a price. He's putting a price on him. Gotcha.
Putting a price on it. Yeah. Cotties or Bigfords? No, it's Bilsons, or they're called Isabel's now. As a Beechworth cordial brand, really nice.
Oh, you're talking about cordial. That's why I don't recognise those words. I was never allowed to drink cordial, so I don't know anything about cordial.
Well, that's one of the bottles.
I'm really.
Yeah, that's one of the bottles there. So that's the lemon lime and bitters one.
Okay,
so that's the brand. But they've got Are you selling it due to it being full of crumbs? No, it'd be full of weevils from all the biscuits.
Is that the price? $10.05 for the bed, or for Noel, or for the cordial? I've lost it.
No. I'll put the price of $100.
Surely we get a discount if we're suffering Essendon supporters, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Haven't had a good night's sleep since the year 2000, Essendon supporters.
Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, I love watching the old games. Yeah, by the way, did you get my emails? I sent you a couple.
Did you?
Yeah,
I'll have to check my spam folder. It might have sent you straight to spam. I didn't. I'll have a look.
Yeah. So I did send you 2 emails. But, yeah. Because
I know, no cordial biscuits. I'm finding out. Oh my God, it's taken 1 fan cams on this journey to realise that I've been missing out. Wow.
She's been sheltered, child. We have to feel sorry.
I don't know that sheltered was, I think, neglected. This feels like neglect.
I have to feel sorry for Fiona. She didn't get play lunch when she was a kid either. Probably never had play lunch.
I wasn't allowed to watch. What's the other thing? I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons. So you know how people drop all these Simpsons memes and shit. I got no idea. I don't get
There's someone else. There's someone else. Oh, there's a YouTuber, another YouTuber who said she'd never seen a Simpsons episode. American girl, and she'd been because she came from a very religious family, so she wasn't allowed to watch it. So she's now watching it. But I
don't know what was so bad about The Simpsons that I still don't know to this day why I wasn't allowed to watch it. By the way, but apparently,
yeah. Did you ever see the Flintstones?
Oh, I did see the Flintstones. Believe it or not, that I wasn't banned from that.
Well, The Simpsons is an upgrade to the Flintstones because the Flintstones was an upgrade to an old sitcom back in the 50s. And it was a cartoon version of that. And The Simpsons is sort of an upgrade to the Flintstones, a bit more adult orientated.
This is a good question. Exactly. Does she just discuss biscuits on her
channel?
Okay,
no. There's no streamers discussing biscuits except this channel here today. This is Bomber Biscuit. It's being changed. It's going to be Bomber Biscuit. There's going to be a big Tim Tam.
I'm loving and I'm digging the biscuit banter. I might change the name to it. I mean, it's got the alliteration, which I liked. So tick.
Yes, we'll get you on the Bourbons. We'll get you all these biscuits you've never heard of. I'm
coming with a review on this Gady biscuit. I'm coming with a review for you all. So if this biscuit is not living up to the hype, you just know I'm coming for all of you.
I think you're asking the English person. They'll say digestives are the best biscuits. There's chocolate digestives is one of the top biscuits in the UK. They sell them here too. They're pretty good. Be good for dunking. But yeah, we could do
All
a
right,
whole
let's
thing.
hang on. Let's change things up. Let's bring only Carlton into the panel.
Oh no. I was going to get on your show, Mr. Carlton. I was listening.
My show.
Yeah, I was listening to it the other day. I thought, I should just jump on and
Hey, Noel, excuse you. Haven't you learned from Joe that there is no such thing as cheating on Bomber Banter?
I know.
You're not allowed to do it.
No, that's why I didn't do it, because I went to the Carlton Melbourne match. I went to that game.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Because I wanted to watch Melbourne because it was Corny's big game. That's the only reason I went. His 250th game. I'm a bit of a fan of Max Corny. He's a nice fella. So I wanted to go to that game, and I had a ticket, so bugger it. So I was going to get on and have a go at you guys in Carlton. But yeah, you're having enough of a go at yourself, so I didn't need to add on. I didn't need to pile on.
We suck. No, we don't need anyone else telling us we suck. No, I love you.
Oh, thank you.
Like, straight up, this is... Bro, it's Sunday, 1 o'clock in the morning. I could be out at a club. I could be out at a club right now. I could be out, doing something.
Nah.
But instead, I'm here listening to you speak. So, never ever change, Noel.
Thank you. I'm glad you're not here to listen to me speak. Thanks.
Fiona, be quiet.
I'm just going to go cancel myself.
Now, the boys are talking now.
I'll just sit here and eat my crunchy eggs, which have an expiry date of 1st of June 2024.
Chocolate doesn't go off.
Apparently it does.
It goes white. It'll go white.
No, it's not white.
That white stuff is mold, Noel. You're not supposed to eat that.
Yeah, it'll go white. You don't. That's when you don't eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's your favourite biscuit, Mr. Carlton?
We're back on the biscuits. Okay.
Okay, biscuits. That's like Monte Carlo. I love Monte Carlos.
Yeah, I don't mind Monte Carlo. I can't eat them with my teeth anymore.
Yeah,
But
same.
yeah,
I have fake teeth too.
The biscuit that doesn't get much credit in the family mix, that big family mix, it has the Monte Carlos in it. There's one called Orange Slice. It doesn't get the
That
credit
is
it
very
should.
good. Yeah, that is
They are
very
good.
good. That's
They
a good
don't
point.
get the credit they should.
Yeah, no. You know what else is really good? Boost bars. You guys like Boost bars?
Yes, I don't mind it. Yeah. I've got my Boost basketball hoop up here on my feet.
Oh, no shit. There you
Yeah,
go. What the
basketball
fuck?
hoop.
That is the most random thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I thought I made the most random side quest tonight, but I'm going to call this a very close second. Where do I go? Hang on. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm going slower because the chat is here.
So where's Carlton heading?
I need an explanation. I need how and why, and I need a
In other
debrief.
news, can you make fluffy pancakes in a rice cooker? Oh.
What?
There
How'd
you
you
go.
find that out? How'd you find that out, Tove?
Yeah, how'd you find that out? Is that sounds like a TikTok job?
In what
Yeah.
situation do you have a rice cooker but not a cooking pan? That's what's going on here.
Yeah.
Tove,
Or
jump
a
on.
pancake. Or a
Why
pancake.
would you use a rice cooker for such a thing?
I think
don't
he's
know.
just so beyond our level of intellect. We just can't understand him. Like, he's just on a
That's
different
why.
plane.
That's why I'm pressing for more details, because I feel like I could be missing some magic here. Is
Jamie
this-
Oliver, where are you? We need
I do
Jamie
know.
Oliver.
Make sure everyone, if you're making pancakes, if you are not making your pancake batter the night before, don't know what you're doing. You need to be making your pancake batter the night before. Aeration. They will be so fluffy the next day. Chef's kiss. Trust the chef on this.
There you go.
Night before
Well,
pancake batter.
I had kangaroo for the first time the other night. I've never actually had kangaroo before.
It's really chewy. It's not as good as people think it is. Have you had alligator or like crocodile
You've
before?
got to undercook it, apparently. If you overcook it, it becomes too chewy.
Yeah, but then if you undercook it, it tastes like blood. It has a really like
Not
heavy
that
metal
not
taste.
that undercooked. So sort of medium, I guess.
Have you eaten kangaroo,
Otherwise,
Fiona?
I bought some kangaroo once, not that long ago, because I'm here. It's lean, high protein, and I'm like, okay, sure. The smell, I could not do the smell. It got me. And I
You're not
don't,
supposed to buy roadkill. You're supposed to buy from the butcher.
do I strike you as someone who doesn't buy top quality, high quality meat? No. Do I strike you as someone who's collecting roadkill? I think
No,
not.
no,
I couldn't
don't
do
see
the
that.
smell.
No, I don't see that. I don't see that as a possibility.
Here's a question
Yep.
for you, Atush. Here we go.
Who's my favorite guitarist? Wow, Kurt
We're going in
Cobain.
all directions tonight.
Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain's one of the greatest guitarists I've ever seen in my life. Actually, I never saw him. 'cause he
Geddy
died- he
Lee
died.
for me. For bass guitar. Geddy Lee for bass guitar.
The thing is with Kurt, he was perfect because he wasn't perfect. Like he made like his genre, like grunge, it was like he didn't have to be perfect. He made mistakes whenever he played live. Like it was a different rendition of the song every single time. You'll never hear a Nirvana live performance and it'll be the exact same way that he plays the song. It's different every time. And I think it embraced that he like accepted that music isn't perfect, and it changed like my perception of life. This is getting really deep here, but like Kurt Cobain's a big inspiration for me.
Have you studied Frank Zappa?
Yep.
Because there's a man that knew how to change things around.
Yep.
Mr. Inventive, very underrated by a lot of people.
Who's your favorite artist, Noel?
This is also a good question. No, why does it always look like it's 3 in the arvo where you are when it's 1 a.m. and pitch black outside?
Oh, I can afford my electricity bill, I think.
I have my ring light on. I can turn it off. Look. There you go.
Yeah, I can turn
No,
mine
we
off.
want to
Now
see
it's
you.
more internet.
I want to see you.
Yeah,
No,
we want to see you.
I'm only in a small room.
World's
So
greatest
what's up with
guitarist, Marty McFly.
this? Oh,
Fiona,
He's
what kind of
a
music do you listen to?
Indy.
He's from Back to the Future. He's not a real person.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
Well,
yeah. That. No, I wasn't. Believe it or not, Chad, I was allowed to watch that show. I just
Michael J. Fox.
It's sci-fi, right? I'm not really a fan of Back to the
It's
Future.
it's a movie, but yeah.
Michael J. Fox is not his real name.
Is
It's
it
a
not?
bit of trivia for you. He actually, it's Michael A. Fox. His middle name is Andrew.
Yeah, right.
But it
Is that
sounded better with a Michael J.
You're really insightful, Noel. You know that?
Right?
Okay. Why not? Let's just add a fourth. Let's add a
Oh,
fourth.
no.
What the fuck is going on?
Muzz has returned.
Muzz, what the fuck? Muzz, I love you too.
What is going on here, guys?
Now called the fan of the fan cam.
Now we're in the Brady Bunch, so let's just.
It's the story of a girl called Fiona who had to put up with 3 idiot boys. Here we are.
You're not wrong. I'm starting to question my life choices, you guys. But
I've just jumped on to say hi. That's all.
Oh, hi.
Can we
Yeah,
talk about
that's
the game real quick? Can we talk about the game?
Let's just talk about this, okay?
I do not come from an Amish background, Moby.
Let's
Stop it.
let's take this in consideration, right? We lost to North Melbourne last week. Carlton lose to North Melbourne this week. Moby, you can't be saying that.
Oh,
dear.
God.
Here I was trying to chat about football,
Moby,
and then
you've
Moby
lost-
says
you've
that.
lost-
We're going to talk about
lost
football,
respect.
mate. You're spoiling the whole thing, mate. We're talking biscuits over here.
Let's just talk football for a second.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Welcome to our last as an Essendon supporter losing to North Melbourne. How do you feel?
Oh, we had to happen eventually. We had a good run, didn't we, against them?
I was looking at only Carlton.
Yeah,
How's it feel losing to North Melbourne? Welcome to our boat.
Okay, how does it feel to like the last time you won a final? I wasn't born.
I wasn't born either.
You can't
And I
use
was
that.
there.
You can't
I
use
wasn't
that
born either.
line with him. Oh, Muzz.
I wasn't
All
born
right,
either.
I
I'm
was
keeping
there.
score.
I saw them.
I'm keeping score. 1 Muzz, 0 Atush. Sorry.
Yeah.
All
Very
right,
good one.
all right.
I
I'll stop being
I
really
actually
mean.
went. Actually was at the final, so yeah.
You're
I'm
right.
glad that you've seen a final because half of us haven't.
Yeah, it's sad, really. I'm trying to indoctrinate a few of my nieces and nephews to become Essendon supporters, but it's very hard when they lose all the time, and they like to be with the winners, and their family are all Collingwood, Northorn, and Footscray. So
All right,
I'm trying to.
Pommy's got another question for the trio here. Porridge, do you make it with water or milk?
Milk. Who makes it with
Milk.
water? You should
Yeah.
be shot if you make it with water.
Yeah.
If
I
you make it with water,
I
then
don't
That's
eat
like-
porridge.
That's
And
like
it's not
asking
because I
Pommy-
come from an Amish community. In the Amish communities
have milk?
have
Yeah.
access to porridge too, but
You have to-
I do not
You
come
have to
from
milk
one.
the cow first. You milk the cow first, and then you put it in the porridge when you're Amish. That was my very bad accent there.
All right, so Pommy, you are pure milk. Oh, so somebody is watering your house. Okay.
And I was, a pom and water, they don't mix.
Milk.
Okay,
Oh,
just
we're
real
going
quick.
half-half.
What the fuck is wrong with people half-half? I'm going to switch the topic for a second. I'm going to switch topic. Fiona, is your plant real or fake?
It's real.
It's real? What kind of plant
Yeah.
is it?
I don't know. A nice, pretty one. One that the only one that I'm capable of keeping alive. The amount of plants I have, and I give them such love and energy and nurturing, and that could be part of the problem because I think the plant. I did buy one plant that the guy told me, it thrives on neglect, and I thought, all right, this is going to test my plant skills, and I'm going to buy it. And so far, it's going okay. But because I look at it, I just want to nurture it, and I don't think it likes that. So it's bringing out a new side in me to try and be, because my instinct is to feed it and water it, and it doesn't want that. So yeah,
I feel like
You're
it's a
not a
metaphor
green
for
thumb.
something.
hey,
There's no,
I feel like that's a metaphor for something. Surely you're not talking
Yeah.
about plants there. The fuck's going on? That was very insightful for a plant.
yes, she's not a green thumb. Some plants, yeah. I was saying that at the football today, that following Essendon is a bit like having a wife. Always quite disappointing. Never show up when you wanted to be around.
and everybody say goodbye. Say goodbye to Noel. That officially ends Noel's contribution to Bomber Banter.
Oh dear.
You know, you only get a couple of strikes. I'm just going to tell you that
That's
now.
it. Yeah.
How many strikes do I have?
you're on your
I
final
don't
straw,
think-
mate.
I'm on my
What'd you
final
say?
straw.
You're on your
I said,
No,
Oh,
you don't have any yet. You don't have any yet. But Noel, you've officially got one.
Can I just
If
ask?
it's anything like if it's officially like the AFL, we'll never know.
True.
Can I just ask one question related to football? Who's winning
Mm.
tomorrow, guys?
Go Cats. Oh, Cats, please win for the
Yeah,
sanity. for the heart, please.
I tipped Hawthorn because my family back for Hawthorn, and I want to have some points on my tipping competition.
Who's the chat going for? Who's winning tomorrow, guys?
Who do you like
I
to
wanna
win?
know
'Cause I
this.
don't like either team really.
I know you
I-
don't like the team. Well. You don't like anyone.
I hate Geelong. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go for Hawthorn. That's probably my
But
first strike.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look,
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
not a fan of
hate
Geelong
Geelong.
either.
I can't, but
think
Hawthorn is so much worse.
yeah, but Hawthorn are like funny. You know what I mean? Like Sam Mitchell's funny. Like Geelong are just boring and good. Like Geelong are just vanilla. Like they're just there. and
Yeah,
like,
but they're
win every year.
they're inoffensive. So they're kind of like there, and you just know they're good, and they're always going
Yeah,
to
that
be
pisses
good.
me
and-
off.
Yeah.
That pisses
No,
me off.
but
Do
it-
something,
I'm
bro.
just-
Be
I'm just
entertaining at
so-
least.
But I'm just so used to it. Like whenever I see Sam Mitchell, I'm offended, and he's so good, and his team is so good. I'm offended by how good he is, and
Is that
how.
because what happened over pre-season with Zach Barrett?
Yeah, I think it's that. I think so.
No,
I
it's
like
not.
Sam
And
Mitchell.
he also stole the Brownlow medal. That's the other
That's
thing.
right. There are layers. Atush,
There's a
there are
lot
so
of things
many
about
layers.
Hawthorn.
There are layers, more layers than a biscuit or cake that we've discussed tonight. There
Yeah.
are layers here.
What's
Yeah,
everyone's favorite
And
cake?
Essendon's had a long history of disliking Hawthorn anyway. Going,
Thank you, Void, for
Yeah.
being able to verbalise it better than I can at this hour. The lesser
Yeah.
of two evils, absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm going for
Isn't
Geelong.
Isn't your
the
second
bug me
team
about
Geelong?
is how do they afford all their players? They buy them all farms. They seem to be able to have be able to steal players from other clubs. They never seem to get into any trouble with the media. But then again, the media are all Geelong and Hawthorn anyway, so that's why we don't hear any bad stories about them. You never hear bad stories about Geelong and Hawthorn or about their players. Very, very rarely. Because all the media belongs to Geelong and Hawthorn these days. You have a look half the commentators are
I'm just sick of the love affair with Hawthorn and Sam Mitchell. Like,
I know.
God, how are you not sick of it, Atush? Like, please.
And
then you also add Ginnivan Watson onto that too.
I
Yeah,
love
the love
Ginnivan.
affair.
Bro, I love Ginnivan. What do you mean?
Bro, you're just there for the drama, bro. Get over yourself.
What do you mean, bro? Ginnivan's a
Get a
G,
job.
bro.
Stop watching football.
I don't even watch football. I only watch Carlton. Like it's in the name, but like I love Ginnivan.
The fact is that we almost recruited him at one stage. We were actually interested in getting Ginnivan at one stage. So it would be quite interesting to see how we would have gone with Essendon fans. I think we would have a different view of him.
Didn't he get 5 million that day?
If we sign Jack Ginnivan from here on out, knowing that he's playing for Collingwood and Hawthorn now, I am officially not watching Essendon anymore.
No, you're a fucking liar, Muzz. You're a liar. If Ginnivan played for you, you'd love him. You'd fucking froth him. Yes,
100%.
You'd
there is
froth
no,
him.
yeah,
No, I
you would.
wouldn't.
Yeah, there is no world, there is no sane world where Ginnivan or any player really wants to come to Essendon. But if he did play for Essendon, just like if Tom Papley played for Essendon, you want him in your team.
I'd have Tom Papley like that. I'd have him.
Tom Papley like that. Easy like that.
But you hate him when he plays you because unless you're Jaden Nguyen and unless you
that's what exactly. We have a kid called Jaden Nguyen. Yeah, Papley's about this tall.
Yeah.
When he plays against Jaden Nguyen.
The thing is, we complain at the game that we don't have enough characters in the game, and then we hate the ones that are the characters in the game.
Exactly, spot on.
We need a little bit of a character. We need a little bit of.
Who's our character? Who's our?
We got rid of him. His name's Sam
Zach
Draper.
Merritt. Zach Merritt is your character.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
He is.
He's no character.
Kako will be there. I think Isaac Kako is the one who can do that for us. Be that little spark.
Nate Caddy, yeah.
Nate Caddy. We've got a couple there, but we had big rugged Ronnie Andrews and Bill Duckworth and these sort of blokes playing back in the 80s. Yeah, they were scared. The opposition was scared shitless of those blokes. You don't see those sort of those players anymore.
Well, we are in 2026. Like they're not allowed to just go around bashing people, right? And become.
Yeah, but they didn't go around bashing people. They played the game a little harder. I've said it before. Most of these blokes can't take criticism. Yeah.
Are you calling us soft? Are you calling our generation soft? No.
I'm calling most of the AFL players soft these days. Yeah. Oh, you
call
me
like Harry Mackay. It's like Harry Mackay. Harry Mackay's the softest big man in the comp. I want that on record right now. Fuck Harry Mackay.
Someone got called a crybaby.
Oh, Harry.
Sorry,
Patrick Voss called somebody a crybaby, and
but there was stuff behind that. No, there was actual like.
Yeah, but our coach said everyone's going to die someday. No, so there's.
yeah.
So there's really no...
I'm close.
Who's your character at Carlton, Atush?
The whole Michael Voss. He's a fucking clown. Everyone.
Who's your Nate Caddy? Who's
our Nate Caddy?
Yeah.
Bro, genuinely, I don't think we.
Lewis Young.
Lewis Young?
No.
Why have you said him? Have you heard Lewis Young speak? He speaks. You know, Lewis Young is like the equivalent of Ned Flanders. Fiona, you're not going to get this. You know Ned Flanders from Simpsons?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Lewis Young. Like he's just just like the nicest guy ever, Fiona. Like he's just like the nicest person you'll ever meet. Our character, probably Elijah Hollins because he does drugs in the off season. Oh, Frankie.
Allegedly.
Oh yeah, allegedly. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
The Holland boys are playing really well for you though.
Elijah especially.
Elijah's very good.
Elijah's good.
Elijah's probably the one player on our list.
Andy with the drive-by.
Kerno, hey,
How is Kerno, by the way?
He's alright. He's doing well over there. Yeah, he's doing pretty good. But he's a bitch, bro. I don't care if he's good or not. I don't want a man with that character at my football club. All right, a man that can't like stick to what he says is no man at all. So you can be the greatest footballer you want. If you're not an actual man and if you're not a man of value, I don't want you at my football club.
Yeah.
What did he not stand by his word? That he wanted to stay at Carlton.
He was 3 years into a 7-year contract. Where I'm from, when you say something, you stick to it, and when you sign something, you
I'm
stick
with you
to
on
it.
that.
Yeah, I'm with that. Yeah.
But this is the AFL these days. Contracts mean nada.
No, the
Yeah, no,
standard
but
mean
he
everything.
he
mate.
also
Having a
he also
standard.
he
Living to
also
a standard.
he also after the 23 finals, he was like, man, I really love this list. These guys are like my second home, my second family. I can't wait to win a flag with them. You know, this is a team thing. You know, like he's just talking shit. He's just full on. He's an airhead as well. That guy's the dumbest guy you ever meet. He's so lucky he's good at football. Otherwise, he'd be I don't know. He'd be doing something. He'd be draining sewage pits in like Mongolia.
Okay, not just in Australia, but in Mongolia. Right.
Mongolia, of all the places. You just pulled that one out of your hat, did you? Mongolia?
I was actually in Mongolia last week.
You were not.
Why? Why?
No, I think you had Mongolian beef for dinner like the last week. Maybe that one.
What Mongolian bit have you been chewing on recently, mate?
That's when he got close to Mongolia. He had Mongolian beef at the bedtime.
I can't tell if you're joking, TL, because this has gone off the rocker. So I'm assuming this is part of the joke.
In
Because
fact, we're going. I think Merritt would rather play for fucking Carlton.
Would Parrish get a game at Carlton?
No.
No.
Would Parrish get a game at any other club?
West Coast, maybe.
Maybe Richmond.
Yeah.
Maybe Richmond. Yeah.
No, but
maybe Richmond.
Hang on. Are you talking about Darcy Parish that like at his height or current Darcy Parish?
Current Darcy Parish.
Because
Because Darcy Parish ain't getting any better than what he is now.
Yeah.
How do you know that? How do you know?
What
Let's
year
be
was Darcy
real. He's
Parish?
been the same Darcy Parish for the last how long? Even before injury, he was the same Darcy Parish. He hasn't been any better since he won the Anzac Day medal.
He played 3 games last year though. Injury.
I'm talking about the year before that too.
He had one decent year, didn't he? And made the All-Australian team. That was it.
2021 or 2022.
I think that was the same year he won the Anzac Day medal.
It was, yeah.
What has he done since then?
Joe, was this a intentional slip? Carlton can do with a set of goat.
Oh, we
Did you mean
definitely
that?
could. We definitely could. Is he still on your list?
He is, and actually, I did
He's
mean to
injured.
bring him up with everybody in terms of, I reckon he was quite close to potentially playing in the VFL today, but I reckon they held him back another week because he looked really strong at training in the match sim and pretty much did everything. So I dare say the VFL don't have a game next week because it's a ridiculous competition. But if they did, I reckon he would have played. So following week.
Is that because of the Adelaide thing?
I don't know. Who knows why the VFL
around.
cannot be run by intelligent people to give a chance to, to players to find form consistently and to build some cohesion. Who knows? Why would we do that? It's a professional sport.
And they had one gate to let us into the game today.
Yeah,
That's how much they treated the VFL. So it was so much important.
Preach.
Speaking of the VFL, where's Liam McMahon? If you guys aren't using him, can we have him back?
He played in the VFL. He had
He
kicked
played
a
in
couple
the
of goals.
VFL. Yeah.
Okay, but if you're not going to use him in the
Couple of
AFL,
goals.
can we have him back? Can we just
No.
on loan?
You can have him on loan. Can I have Jagger?
Well, that's not fair, is it?
Well,
That's not a fair trade, is it? You guys can have Jagger for a game, sure.
yeah, if we're going to give you Macca for a game to kick some goals, I'll take Jagger.
Can we have Brad Scott and you have Michael Voss?
Fuck no.
It would be the same.
Whoa! Whoa!
It would be exactly the same thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, with the exact same thing. He's not wrong. They're both shit.
Yeah, but Brad Scott's funny. Brad Scott comes out in press conference and says we're all going to die. Like Michael Voss just sits there and is like, guys, I know we lost and I know we were shit, but like it's all about the kids. Like I can't believe he's. Do you guys hear about
what was
that?
that quote?
What did he say?
So
What was that quote last year about being resultists? You said last year you don't be resultists. People get too caught up in being a resultist. That was Brad Scott.
That's what Brad said.
Big word
What
last
did Voss say?
So Voss did a 10-minute press conference after the North Melbourne loss. 3 minutes of those were spent talking about the cause, which is great. You know what? It was a great cause. You know, the first 2 minutes he spent being like, oh, today's about the kids. He got asked about his job and whether he thinks he's in trouble. And you know what he said? He's like, yeah, well, actually, today's about Good Friday and the kids. It's not about me and it's not about, like, you know, the football club. It's about the kids. Motherfucker, answer the question, bro. Well, what do you mean? Poor kids. Why are you dragging them into this? So, like, at least Brad Scott's funny. Michael Voss is just annoying. With his fucking white hat. Did you see his white... Let me get a photo of his white hat.
Why is that relevant? Why is the colour of his hat relevant?
It just irritated me. Who do you think you are
We go
wearing
back
a
to
white
talking
hat,
about
bro?
biscuits.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Why is he wearing a white hat? Why? Why is that happening?
Given
Surrender, isn't
that, given that Moby thinks I grew up in an Amish community, this could be an Amish growing childhood question. But why do we not like white hats? What's wrong with white hats?
White hats are fine, but why is he wearing one?
But why can't he?
Why is he?
It's not
What's
very
wrong that he
professional.
is? I don't get.
I don't know. He's just never worn a hat. It just looks weird on him. Look at him. I'll show him again. Like it's just not natural. Like it's just weird.
I think
Like-
he's clinging. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's clinging.
Really,
Yeah.
Why have you got that picture on your phone?
it's a reaction photo. Whenever someone asks me some dumb shit, I'll just send that.
Do you remember his brother? He
Who's
had
his
a brother
brother?
who played for Brisbane as well, and he played for St Kilda.
Bro,
Brett.
wholeheartedly, Brett Scott, Brett Voss. Can we have him as a coach instead? Like
He probably would be a better option.
Michael Voss is the worst coach in the league, but you guys are complaining. Honestly, like, can we talk about the footy for a second? You guys should take that as a win. You beat the Bulldogs in the second half.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
That is a
I was
win.
going to
bro.
compare it to you guys at Carlton and not taking the Richmond as a win, taking it as a loss. We take the loss as a win today.
Yeah, no, correct.
Because
But I feel like ours was.
you guys
yeah.
didn't see the Richmond game as a win.
No, we didn't. But I feel like it's different situations. Like, you guys are arguably worse than us right now, and at that point, we didn't know how bad we were. Like, bro, like against a bunch of red P players, which is what Richmond is, we kicked one goal in an hour.
Yeah.
We kicked one goal in an hour. Like,
Yeah, bad.
And Lynch had money on Carlton.
for my votes, I have a social media account. For my votes for that game, I gave Tom Lynch 3 votes. Like, I have a Carlton like only votes thing. I gave him 3 votes. It's true.
I mean, the reality is, if he kicks even one, was it one in the end? How much you win by? If he kicks
we
one,
won by 4
like,
points. Yeah,
Richmond win.
But then there's a young kid that's coming to replace him. He's banging goals. He like I think he get 3 or 4 goals. So a young fella that was replacing Lynch at the moment, first gamer, came in and kicked 3 goals in the losing side this week. So Lynch.
Look,
Lynch
at
is-
least most of your players have actually sung the song. We're going to get to the end of the season. We're going to have a majority of our team who have not even sung the song.
I've put the words up on the board.
Fiona, have you seen our next 8 games?
Yeah, horrific. Oh, somebody
Yeah.
tweeted that. I saw that.
You've
Who you
got
got?
what?
Adelaide?
Adelaide, Carlton, Freo,
No.
Saints. I think it is.
They are Carlton.
He's right. We're our worst own enemy. I'll go through the list. I'll go through the games right now. But we have, give me like 5 seconds.
No, but
I'll
I'm
pick
just
them up.
worried. I mean, I know you have to use pick one on Cody Walker, but I still want
He's
pick
not
one.
going to go pick one. He's
If
not going to
this-
go pick one.
If this year is a write-off, I want to write it off perfectly in high
Carl.
standard fashion, and I want to bottom out well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Carlton's
Yeah,
losing
like
the
give
next
us a
one.
priority pick, will they? Yeah,
It's kind of shit that Carlton and Essendon don't play each other twice this year, because we're really just as shit as each other, and we should just petition to play an extra game at the end of the year, maybe.
It's fine.
I-
They
I-
play the
I-
Bulldogs twice. We don't. So
Was it
it's all good.
the Collingwood game where they were giving $5 pies or something to try and get people to go to the Giants Collingwood match? Carlton Essendon should have free entry for both fans.
That is very true. Well, we almost lost to the bye. Like, I mean, I'm surprised we didn't lose to them. So we've got Adelaide, Collingwood,
Ouch.
Fremantle in Perth. Fremantle in Perth. Then we got St
Ouch.
Kilda, which we might win. That's our only winnable game. Then we got Brisbane at the Gabba. Got the Bulldogs. We got
Ouch.
Port at Adelaide. We got Geelong. Then we got Essendon. So realistically, Fiona, we might
Port.
be 2-8, 2-9.
Port are gettable, I reckon, at Adelaide. They're
Port.
You
Okay.
may beat Port because they got Naruzi.
Okay.
And you probably will beat.
I'll
Be
let you know the
50-50
last
against
time.
Collingwood.
I'll let you know. What the fuck, Muzz? I'll let you know the last time we played Port at Adelaide, right? We played them last year. It was round 16. We lost by 80 points. We didn't kick a goal in the first half. And the next day, Icon Park got tagged. Do you remember that?
Oh, is that after that game? I do
yes.
remember that, yeah.
So, might happen again. It might be me.
Hey, you
I'm
might not
joking.
have a coach by then, though. You might not have a coach.
No, we can't sack him until the Essendon game because you know what we should do? The loser of that game, as a punishment, keeps their coach. That's the stipulation we should have. The loser of that game keeps their coach.
So who do you want as a coach
The
if
rest of
Voss
the
gets
year?
sacked?
How long do we have
Me.
to keep him for?
You have to re-sign the coach for 3 years. That's what you have to do.
Oh, I think the hanger would get in like more than tagged. Put it that way.
So if we're gonna sack one of our coaches, who are we picking up as a coach?
There's no one, Buzz. There's no one in the market. That's why neither of our coaches have been sacked yet.
There you go. The loser has to have both coaches in the coaches box.
Oh dear.
Can they do a joint presser at the end of the game? They both do the press conference together.
You know what? In fact, at the Carlton Essendon game, let's just run through the same banner, shall we? Like, let's not even make two banners.
Exactly. But both wear the same colour jumpers as well.
Oh God. Oh, here we go. I like it, Langy. Winning coach get Noel's bed.
And I might even be in it.
Oh, and they get Noel. I mean, this.
No.
And there might be some extra Tim Tams in there, thrown in there too. So
The Tim Tam Slam.
There's no I'm out of their price range. They can't afford me.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't think so. I think they're going to be. They're not stepping aside because they want to get paid. So, all right, everybody,
Yeah.
we might leave it there because I'm starting to see double of everybody here. So, thank
that's
you,
terrible
Atush,
thing.
Atush, Noel, Muzz. Again, I already said goodbye to you, but I'll say goodbye to you again. It's been fun. It's been random. It's been rogue, but hey,
Go the
that's why we're
biscuits.
here.
Go. Just remember, biscuits is a good swear word. They use it on the Bluey. Instead of swearing, they go, "Oh, biscuits." So it's a
Why are
good
you
swear
watching
word.
cartoons, Noel? Why are you watching cartoons?
Bluey's more than a cartoon. Bluey's is a sensational show, and you should watch it.
I'm surprised
Now
you
I
know what
just
that
have
is,
this
Noel.
picture in my head of Noel in his bed that he wants to sell, eating Tim Tams and watching Bluey.
You're watching Bluey.
All right,
Got
you
my
guys.
lambs, got me Bluey. I need to
All
get
right,
some
you
Bluey
guys.
pajamas.
I'm bidding you farewell. Good night.
Come back next week,
Very
Noel,
much,
and give us
everybody.
blue pajamas.
Let's go the Bombers. Let's go the Blues. Let's see who loses first.
Good luck next week against Adelaide. Don't lose. Bye-bye for now.
Bye, Buzz.
Oh,
Bye, Noel.
Bye.
Thank you.
catch
See
you.
you, legend.
See ya.
Bye. All right, everyone. You see, the shitness that our football club may be right now will be waiting for us when we wake up in the morning or in the day. But doesn't mean you have to be all doom and gloom. So that was very extremely random. And it just shows that anything can happen. If you have not hit that like button, please do that on your way out. Or in fact, just do that right now while I'm preambling before I say goodbye. Thank you, chat. You've been wonderful. Very entertaining as always. Just getting better and better every week. I should stop being surprised though, shouldn't I? All right. Well, I'll see you all back here I'm not going to try and count the hours to Monday night at 7:00, but Pommy and I will be back here with the ratings. So I'm going to have to get a sleep in, get myself some Gaiety biscuits and watch the replay all before the rating show. But the ratings are going to be fun this week because there's going to be more Twix chocolates given out. Hallelujah. All right, everybody, enjoy. Good night. Enjoy your day off if you are getting it, and go the Cats for tomorrow. Good night, everyone.